Hey guys, welcome to the Gotta Be Good podcast.
Fire.
What a good voice.
Fire.
Fire.
That's good.
Hey.
All right,
Wow.
intro done.
We're already
Next
here.
question.
Next question.
Dove right into it.
Might as well. Boys,
Well,
I'm buzzing off
ladies.
this e-cig.
On a
Courtney.
serious note, I do have a lot to say, and I wrote it down on my phone, but my phone's right there. So this is kind of not
You
working.
should have
No.
texted it.
So-
to me.
I'm going to just try and wing it.
Okay,
All right. I have faith in you.
I like wings.
Now I'm getting nervous.
Wings are dope.
All
Wings
right.
are dope.
So first of all, everybody who's been watching the Gotta Be Good podcast, let me just say it's a work in progress. There is what you see on camera is the team that you see behind the camera. So bear with me and us. Just give us some time here.
Oh,
We'll
you
get there.
you love us.
Yeah,
But
Whatever.
we'll figure it out.
if you have any constructive criticism, put it in the comments and not in a text message so everybody can see it.
We're trying to get better.
And the comments help us out as well, even though, like, it might not be the best comment. Just comment it, please.
Even if it's a period, exclamation mark, titties,
A little
do whatever you
heart.
want.
Something cool
Doesn't matter.
or bad. I don't care. Just
Doesn't
put
matter.
it there.
It could be naughty.
Because I've been seeing a lot of text messages and all these things coming through to personal phones, not on the internet, and I'm like, why aren't they just commenting all this stuff on
I
there?
know.
Because they're like, dude, I love the podcast, thank you, but then you should work on this. Bro, put that exact message in the comments, please.
Yep.
Do you get comments on YouTube?
Yeah, like
Okay.
one.
Yours.
Yeah. I go back and forth with myself on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube.
Hey, that's all right. It still counts.
It looks like somebody's actually arguing. It's funny.
I genuinely thought that because I commented on it. I didn't even know that it was you. I was
Yeah.
like, what specifically did you not like? He's like, dude, that was me.
But
Oh, okay.
today's a little different. We're not doing like a artist interview.
No.
Nope.
We have Travis's sister, Courtney, on the pod today.
Courtney Tschida,
Hey,
welcome to
guys.
the pod.
I'm
Yeah.
excited to be here.
How you feeling?
But I'm feeling good. I wanted to say though about the YouTube thing, because whenever I go to comment on YouTube videos, it makes you sign in, and then it's like a pain in the ass to sign in to leave a comment. So that's why I just never do it.
I
Why-
feel that on new devices, but
You
on
should
my
be.
devices, I'm logged in.
You should
so
be
Right.
logged into YouTube.
It's
No.
just your Google account.
Yeah,
So
I
you
guess.
just sign in as Google, and it'll just automatically create a user name for you, like user 1 2 3 4 5 12.
And all you have to
Okay.
do is do it once, and then no matter what you watch on YouTube, you can like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything
so just don't
that
be
you
lazy.
watch for the
That's
whole rest of your future. It's incredible. It's so worth the time.
deal.
It is.
That
Yeah.
doesn't sound hard.
But yeah, no, it's gonna be a different pod today. We're just kind of talking. It's just like three spirits that enjoy each other's company, that believe in growth in the world and spirituality, and we're just gonna kind of just see where this goes.
Yeah, we were sitting at Malone's the other day, and I haven't seen Tony in years.
It was
Wednesday?
6 years,
Oh, 6 years. Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
No,
6
wait,
years ago?
almost 6, because I was like freshly 21. And I'm about to be 27,
Yeah, because the last time I saw you was with
so
Cassie that
probably
day.
5 years.
Yeah.
Wow. And then we come back together just like that. Like
Yeah.
it's just it's so natural. It's so good.
It just happens, I'm just
When you're
a
flowing.
butterfly,
A
man.
social butterfly.
Not really antisocial butterfly.
Yeah, I feel that.
You're pretty good at being social.
Yeah, if I'm feeling it.
Yeah, true.
If I'm
We
I'm
won't-
not feeling it,
We won't name names, but not like the other night at the bar at Cowboys.
man, I get in a work mode zone and stuff, and it's hard for me to like get out of it when I know I could be being productive at my house
Yeah.
and getting something done that has a time limit.
That's way too good of a mindset.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
don't
No,
get me
it's
wrong.
good.
Like, if the opportunities are the right opportunities, yeah, I'm a little enticed sometimes.
Yeah. Like a little crave sushi or some freaking. What did you get?
Oh, that shit was so fire.
The lobster.
The lobster mac.
Oh my god.
I need to give me that Wagyu burger.
Yeah, that was some sauce. You never tried it. I wish you
Mm.
would have tried it. All right, next time. Anyways.
Yeah.
As we're
But I
diving into
guess,
our appetites because we're so fucking hungover
Right.
right
I
now.
didn't
hungry.
eat today. I tried, but we should probably give Courtney a little introduction here.
All
What do you do? You know, just let the people know who you are.
Who is Cortney
Yeah.
Tschida?
I don't know. I do.
You can't just be Travis's sister.
No.
know.
That's
That's
all
like
it's been so
literally
far.
in middle school and high school. It was like all I was Cheetah's little sister. Like, fuck.
I'm sorry. It was my fault I was born first.
It's
All right.
okay. You were just the cool one, so
No, you're dope. You're way cooler than I ever
What's that?
could be.
You're
But
like only a couple years apart.
2 years.
Yeah.
Two.
Yeah.
about that.
So, but tell us a little bit about you. Like, who are you? What
my
do you
name's
do?
Courtney.
All right. What do you do?
Well, I do real estate. I think you guys know that. I've been doing it for about 2 years. But before that, I started a design company doing like interior design work, flipping houses, shit like that. I don't know, just an entrepreneur. I like doing so much stuff.
Mhm.
Um,
You're not a 9 to 5 girl.
no, fuck no. I never will
Me
be,
either.
and I
No.
never have been.
But I'm doing it. But
Yeah, sometimes
ain't
you
about it,
have
though.
to.
yeah, I
Look, we're out
absolutely
here.
hate it.
Like, comment, subscribe. We don't like 9 to 5s.
No.
All
That was a good one.
right.
But I was gonna ask you guys, like, do you feel like you got more antisocial after COVID?
No,
No, you were always.
no. I feel like the world kind of came back to my level, and I felt normal because everybody was antisocial at this point, and I was like,
Yeah.
nice.
Everyone
I
went in
could
their
go
houses, in their
places.
rooms. Like,
Yeah.
All right.
It was awesome. It's
It
like,
killed me. I feel like I had so much fun before COVID when I'm like looking back at pictures and shit, but it's just not as fun anymore. I
I-
feel like the vibe's different in the
Mm.
world.
I don't know.
yeah,
You can make it whatever it is. Yeah.
feels
That's true.
it feels like didn't even happen for me. Life feels completely normal except the
Yeah.
mask part.
Yeah.
That wasn't normal, but
See, yeah.
and like the restrictions on a bunch of stuff and the vaccine.
Yeah, that was
Right.
We
weird.
don't need to.
Well,
get
and
into
just
that,
world
though.
opinions. You go to
No.
a bar, you hear 16 people talking about it. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah,
Nobody cares.
it's all left and right sided. Like, I look at my phone, and you're gonna see what I like to see, and I look at your phone, and you're gonna see what you like to see, and they're
That's
just
true.
you're gonna continue to see the bad about the sides you don't like,
For
and
sure.
continue to see the good about your side and not the bad, because that's how
Huh.
our phones are programmed.
Yeah.
It's for it knows who you are, you know.
It's so
Yeah.
weird.
You watch that
It's I
show
don't
on
know.
Netflix, The Social Dilemma, I think?
No,
No.
yeah,
Is
Or
it
what
new?
was no, that's not it. Uh it's the thing about like it might be that actually, but it's the thing where they like it's like a docuseries about how our phones work
Mm.
and social media, and
Mhm.
it's fucking crazy, dude. They're always collecting the data on us, and
I don't even want to
Oh,
see that, to be
100%.
honest, because I try to be oblivious to that shit.
No, for sure.
it makes me aware. Like, I'm gonna continue to do what I need to do on social media, but I'm
Mhm.
more aware of like what I should and shouldn't do.
No,
Yeah,
it's
but I
kind of
hate.
scary. Like,
And I know how it
just-
works.
I
I
hate when
just
I'm.
updated my
okay.
computer and it had like all the permissions and what you were gonna allow, like Apple to track this and this and that and blah blah blah. I was like, no, no, no,
Yeah.
no. And now I'm getting like all these notifications immediately after hooking up the PayPal to our site. And now I'm getting all these notifications for verification numbers. Just
Yeah.
one after another text messages just after I released it. I'm like, no, this shit, everything we put out there is everywhere. People are getting it, they're seeing it, they're hacking it. Like, it just a matter how far they can get.
Yes, sir.
Are you ever like scrolling through social media, like doing the video shit, and you're like watching a video and some weird shit comes up, and then you're like, I can't finish watching this video because then that's all that's gonna pop up on my fucking feed.
Dude, yeah, especially on TikTok when you like get a
Yeah.
random video that's just very interesting, but you're
Mhm.
like, No, but you watch at least half before you're like, yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, because if you go all the way through it, then the algorithms are gonna latch on, and
Yeah.
then that's gonna be what you're gonna see
I
for
like
the rest of your
how
life.
Instagram has if you hold down on if you go through your my explore page or whatever,
Yeah.
you can hold down on a picture before you click on it and it'll pop up and there's a little tab that says not interested
Mhm.
and then you can hit hide for it and then you can select like a bunch of them all at once, just keep tapping and then you can change how your
I didn't know that. How the
explore
feed is.
page comes in.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's
That
what I
makes
mean by like how I know
Sorry,
how
I'm not-
to work it.
I'm
And
not
like
up
if you
with the
don't want to
tech.
see something, you can get rid of it. And if you do want to see something, you can put it in.
All right.
It's as simple as searching and liking a few photos and just spending
Yeah.
time on it for literally like 3 minutes and it'll start popping up on your page.
It's too much work. That's 2 more minutes than I spend on Instagram a day.
What? I'm always on Insta.
Yeah. Well, that's the
I
new
don't spend a
fad
lot of
I'm
time
hearing.
on Instagram.
I'm old, so I'm a Facebook guy.
Do you for your business, do you post TikToks and stuff?
No, but I want to. I literally have, well, not even business wise, because a lot of people in real estate post like videos of houses that they're showing and shit. But that doesn't really interest me. Like, I think people work with real estate agents based on how they feel about you as a person.
Oh yeah.
So I would rather do like the vlog thing, like I was saying, and just
I
showing
think
my
that
life.
would be sick because for me, it's hard for me to trust people in certain areas because my mom's been in real estate, my dad's a car salesman, so like I
Mhm.
know all the tricks for them, so
Yeah.
like it's hard for me to just like trust somebody unless I can get personal with them, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like being salesy. That's not really why I got into real estate. It's like I got into real estate because I enjoy people and learning about their lives. And it's just cool that I also love houses. So I like showing houses. You get to see how different people live in their homes. And I don't know.
You get the opportunity to set up people's lives.
Yeah.
Like their whole family, their whole routines, their whole everything.
Yeah.
Like that's exciting.
And investing in real estate is huge because it's one of the biggest equity builders. And when you know how to do it right, you can keep going on it.
Houses
can
aren't
make
going
a lot.
anywhere. People need places to live.
Exactly.
It's the smartest investment to make for sure.
And that's why people, when they say, like, are you worried about the market going down? It's like, yes and no, because the people will succeed that actually work hard in it and are doing it for the right reasons. I think like 35, don't quote me on that, but like a ton of real estate agents got out of real estate this last few months because the market was booming for 2 years. And then, yeah, now it's not as great and you actually have to work for it and everyone's leaving. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah. Yeah. Once the work comes, you'll slowly see people weed out.
Yeah, that's kind of what's happening right now because it's a tough market.
yeah.
And now
But
everybody's
that's in
starting to
all
fade out.
areas.
But that's the thing, though, is the ones that stay strong and stay through it. Everything happens and everything comes around is basically, I guess, what I'm saying. So eventually, it's going to happen for you.
Yeah. And people always have to buy houses. Like you said, they go through
Mhm.
situations and they got to move. And whether that's like moving up and buying a bigger house because you have a family or.
Or you're just getting money.
I've been trying to
Yeah.
focus on this conversation this whole time, but I can't because I'm sitting there looking at him.
I'm sorry. It's
I
a
love you.
habit.
You're she's my sister. I can do things like that.
I know. I'll
Uh-huh.
stop moving.
Oh man.
But anyways, no, I'm super proud of you and everything that you're doing and what you've powered through. It's been not easy, especially getting involved with the brokerage firm in the beginning. You got to go through kind of all the ropes. And I feel like you've made it through that now, and now it's only up. Like as soon as the market turns, you're ready. Like,
Yeah.
You're going to be good to go. And this team, these girls, and
They both got red
I
hair.
mean not to name drop,
Yeah.
but Brett, y'all are a team.
I know.
You guys are gonna sell some houses.
I
It's gonna
think
be a good
the
career.
like duo of the red hair definitely sells houses.
Oh,
I know.
100%.
It makes us more
That needs to
noticeable,
be
too.
marketed more, like TikTok, like you're
Yeah.
saying. Like you need a
Yeah.
personality. You need a identifier. Like
I
you
like
need something.
where did I see it? Maybe an Instagram story or something of the photo shoot. That was good.
Should I post it
Oh
yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah. I told Travis I was kind of drunk when I posted that.
Who doesn't want to buy a house from these faces?
Yeah. It was like being on camera, talking to the camera is so hard. Like until you start seeing it as you're talking to yourself or like somebody else and not just a camera, it's just, it's a tough world out there.
No, it's tough.
I feel like it starts with you're talking to the camera, and then once you actually get a following, it feels probably more comfortable. Like you actually have people to talk
But
to.
yeah, because you gotta find a face behind the camera, basically, and a confidence thing.
Yeah.
Too.
Or you just get 2 hours of sleep and you're hungover as shit, and then you just don't give a fuck.
Dude,
about
yeah,
anything.
I can make some good content
It's good.
sometimes when I'm hungover.
Oh yeah,
like,
no, we're there. We're fully there right now.
You're
As you
gonna see, bro, the Blizzy pod. I think I did a phenomenal job, and I was ready to go. Like
before you got there.
I woke up like I don't even remember sitting down, sleeping. I don't remember Ubering back to Hoodies or nothing like that. I was just like, I was up there, very up there. And I woke up and the energy was insane, man. Like I was just, yeah, let's go.
It
Just
happens.
felt great.
It's weird. I don't know what it is, but I feel like after a night of drinking, I have more energy in the morning than I
Really?
normally do. I don't know if maybe I'm like pre-diabetic. It's the sugars from the Fireball or something. Oh my God, my voice, don't judge me. It's fucking gone. There's nothing left, but we're here. We're trying. It hurts, but I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for you. All right. Anyways, going back.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't
Doing
know
it for
what it
me.
is. Yeah, I love Tony, actually. Low key.
You do.
it
Actually,
for the
very high
boys.
key. High key, my boy.
I feel like you
But
guys
no.
both have like very similar qualities.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
like spirituality in life and just questioning.
No, I don't know what it is. It's just like a feeling that I've had since I knew Tony for a while.
Yeah, like it was like middle school or where'd you go to elementary?
Crooked Lake.
Okay, so it was middle school.
Yeah.
And middle school was weird. I don't know.
No, it was a weird place, man. Those were those times where you legit had no idea like what the fuck you're doing in life.
I know, but you feel so old in middle school.
I
Like,
dyed my hair black. I was dyeing my hair. I was cutting my wrist.
learn.
Emo kid, like
I don't remember
skinny ass
that.
jeans, bro. Most embarrassing day of my life. When the older girls come up behind you and be like, "Why are you shaking your ass so much while you're walking?" And I'm like, "What, man? I ain't
Shaking
ever
your ass.
wear these tight of jeans ever again, man."
Oh no.
And I had that long ass hair,
Did you
dude.
just have a jiggly ass when you were walking?
It was like it was so skinny in the legs and like too big up top, so it like my pants would like shift around my hips.
Oh
Like,
my God.
dude.
I see that.
oh, bro, it was like that shit was embarrassing, man.
Why? Shake that ass. Nowadays,
Cause
chicks would
man,
dig
I thought
that.
I looked cool, not like a fool.
You did look cool. I
Bruh.
think you're
I
cool.
thought you
Dude.
looked kind of cool. I don't know.
I don't have a lot of pictures from those days because yeah, I'm glad I don't, man.
It's
But-
funny. I lost all my pictures from those days, but I did come across a video that I have of, I think you're in it, and like Jake Browse and I forgot who else, but do you remember at the Y they had that table between the middle school and the Y,
Yeah,
and they painted like handprints on it and shit? You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, I
Actually-
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you remember that table?
Mm-mm.
yeah.
I don't know. I remember it because I used to always hang out with everyone and go. When did they come up with the skate park? What year was that?
It was definitely like
Your
because
brother.
it moved from the church to the Y,
Yeah.
like early middle school days for us.
Your brother was driving. He just got his license. That's what I remember.
So
about
I
the
was
skate park.
12 or 13.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but anyways, I have a video of like all of us chilling outside of that fucking table, and like it's just a short video, but it's funny to look at because our voices are all like high. and funny as shit. We thought we were so cool.
Fucking Bieber hair and stuff,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
The good old days.
Probably got a cigarette and some weed in our pockets.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. Slaying the old
Oh.
skateboard.
Some
13
Camel
years old.
Crushes.
Do you remember
Oh, yeah.
the cigarettes, like the chocolate
Yeah,
cigarettes?
the chocolate dreams.
The ones you could eat.
The chocolate
That's what-
dreams,
Eat
man.
them? I don't
Nah,
know.
dude. They were legit
I'm
fire.
talking about those, like, the candy cigarettes or
Tastes
whatever
like
they
No,
melted
not
chocolate.
even talking about that.
Yeah.
They were like legit
Tastes
chocolate.
like melted chocolate, bro.
I don't remember those.
They were chocolate, I think cigars. And I remember the first time I smoked one, and then someone was like, "Oh, you're not supposed to inhale that. Like, you're going to have holes in your lungs." Like, fuck. I
Well,
just have a weird memory of that.
Now look at us.
I know.
All got fucking Swiss cheese for lungs.
Yep.
I've never got it looked at.
I'm just assuming you're over there puffing a fucking water.
Is that
vapors.
dragon's blood? I got that dragon's breath all day. What's up? Can't breathe.
Waiting for the exhale.
Shout out Hoodie. We love you. Hey. All right. Should we do a shot of Fireball real quick?
Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah,
need
mine's
that.
on the floor over
All right,
there. I
let's do a
think I
shot.
got long enough arms though.
All right. To the pod, y'all.
Got it.
Phase 2. All right.
I feel like I can just let this sit here. Curious, but
I was literally just looking at this thinking like the same thing.
We need little, like, round tables.
Well, we're gonna get wireless mics for a while, man, because I'm sick of this fucking
I'm down.
80-pound, 50-pound case, whatever it is.
yeah, these are heavy.
Yeah, and there's 4 of them plus everything else. That case ain't light by itself either. It's like 12 pounds.
Does it roll?
It's fucking,
Yeah.
It's got wheels.
Yo,
Yo.
quick question.
Yeah.
Why do people fucking cheers and then tap the table?
I know, that's a good question actually. I think that all the
It
time.
pisses me off.
You don't like it?
No.
I think it might be like a grounding thing. You know what I mean?
So there's one
Yeah.
thing that it's bad luck if you don't tap the table. I'm like, bad luck is specifically on the person. Like, you don't just get good or bad luck, you work for good luck. You the more work you put in, the more lucky you're gonna get.
We're
Yeah.
gonna start getting into the mind though here too.
So
Yeah,
I
but
don't
'Cause
tap
good or
the
bad
table
luck, I think, is
because
manifested
I'm
in
like,
the mind. So if you
if-
believe you're gonna get bad luck, if
Right.
you don't tap the table, boom.
And I'm
you're
like,
fucked.
y'all tripping, man. A table tap for booze, man. I don't even. That's going cheers straight to my mouth. It's bad luck if you tap the
Right.
table because now your
Fuck.
cheers is on the table.
that's a whole new belief
Hey.
though.
Cheers.
I just started it. Tink
Oh,
tink.
man.
You could hear that chug in the microphone.
No, someone down my throat.
Ugh.
Mine went
Before I
all down
swallowed,
my throat.
Before I swallowed. And now it burns so bad.
Woo.
Did you guys see that shit they had on the
Thank
Fireball?
you, Fireball, for the sponsor.
Did
What?
you see the new thing they had, the article about Fireball?
The one in Europe
Uh,
where they were having the what was in it?
No, that's
that
in the
one?
past.
No.
There's like a new thing.
Oh,
'Cause you
don't
can
tell us
buy-
after we take the shot.
And well,
Now we're
Jesus.
gonna feel it.
Yeah. All right.
yeah,
Tell me,
you're all
lay it on
fucked.
me. Lay it on me.
Fireball instantly murders you.
All right,
I'm
lay it
serious.
on me. What's this fact?
But so they have the Fireball shots, right? So that one says Fireball cinnamon whiskey, but they have a different one that's the same label, but it says Fireball cinnamon. And they say that it was misleading because there's actually no whiskey in it, but it's the same logo. I don't fucking know.
What?
What?
What do you mean you don't fucking know?
No, I do know. So you see how,
Yeah.
you see how they say cinnamon whiskey, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so they have a similar one that looks the same, but it just says Fireball cinnamon, and there's no whiskey actually in it.
What is
I
it?
believe it though
Yeah.
because it almost tastes like something that you would like use to just make a spicy drink.
Yeah.
It's good with some stuff.
Yeah.
I
Like a
mean,
little Kahlua and a little shot
Like
of
even
Fireball
not
on
even
top.
like a alcoholic drink. Like people make weird drinks like fucking some hot chocolate with a little bit of cinnamon.
Yeah.
Cinnamon.
Fire.
Yeah, I know. That sounds
know what I
good.
mean?
I like a little cinnamon, a little dab on my vanilla.
So maybe like
Yeah.
use it in cooking or something.
And
no
if your girl's,
fucking
speaking of
flammability.
vanilla, if your girl's a little vanilla, just tap a little cinnamon in her, and then she'll fire right up.
Huh.
That's all you need.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a new one.
Yeah, I tried it last night. It worked.
Yeah, so you said you had a great night last
Oh, I
night.
had
Let's
such a
finally
good
talk
night.
about it.
I mean, there's not much to talk about. It was just a good night, like
What'd
with
you
good
do?
people. We went to the bar, Wild Bill's. Yep, we were chilling there. We were vibing. I was there with my boy, Hoodie the host, and some other
Dallas.
friends. Dallas people showed up, so we had the boys there, as we are, and just things were cooking. Like we're just having fun. Me and Hoodie were dancing. I'm gonna let it out, Hoodie. We kissed each other a
You
couple
and
of
Hoodie?
times. Yeah,
Fuck.
on
They
the
sent me pictures.
on the
Oh,
cheek, though.
no.
On the cheek.
They kept
Don't get too
texting me.
horny. Don't get too horny.
It
It was
was
just on the
annoying.
cheek. But no,
They're like, "Hey Tony, look at how much fun we're having." And
yeah.
I'm like, "Dude, now I'm getting FOMO."
You should have.
Tony
It
wants
was
to
fun.
kiss Travis.
Hey, if
What?
you wanna
No.
kiss me-
I'm not getting red, I swear.
Am I that attractive? You are. Kind of
No,
like
I'm
my
not.
dick in the butt comment last podcast. Yeah,
Aw.
getting a little red.
Jeez.
Dick in the butt? I didn't hear that one.
But no, so we were all just chilling. And then
Oh,
we went back
it
to
hasn't dropped yet.
Oh,
we went
that's a
back
good
to our
one.
buddy's house. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys just fired it up, man.
It's awkward because we're not calling out names. You know what I mean? So it kind of
Yeah.
puts it at a
Because I don't
different
know who you're
perspective
talking
because
about.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'll just say starts with an A, ends with a J.
What the fuck?
But we went over there and we were just chilling and whatever. We were partying. We had girls there and people and we were vibing. Played beer pong. Oh my God. There was kids that were born in like 2004,
No.
2003.
What year is it?
I don't remember what it was.
2023.
But they were
Yeah.
like just 21.
Oh,
It's wild to
man.
hear that. But the one kid had to pick me out, right? Like kind of the leader of their crew was like,
Oh, y'all had sets repping at
They
this
got-
party,
I gotta
huh?
play you at beer pong.
Oh,
Bemidji State beer
It's 'cause
pong
you're-
champion.
it's
I was
because you're
like,
short.
oh my God.
He had the
No.
fucking
No, it's an energy thing.
disguise on.
I mean, he's funny as hell, but for real, it was like an energy thing. So like they feel it because I carry a
Yo,
heavy
sorry,
energy when I
pause.
walk into places.
Pause. How you
What?
gonna wear all Nike with some Adidas pants?
that I just threw on, yeah, whatever.
I do
Man.
that all the time.
It's better than my jeans. I was
But
wearing.
it would be fine if it was just the Nikes and like a regular hoodie, but you got the whole Nike fit and then Adidas pants, man.
Nike.
I am not a closest. Okay,
You're a
I'm
closet.
for all brands, all of them. I'm not sponsored. If Nike wants to sponsor me, full fit. Adidas coming straight off. I'll do this in Nike boxers as we
There
say.
it is.
I
That's
actually
why I
like-
had to call them out.
No,
I
for
like
real.
Adidas.
Shout
more
out
than Nike.
sponsors.
I like them both. I like I can't get over the Blazers.
I like Nike
those
Golf.
You can't. Nike's on my shoe or Nike's on my feet. Keep my cipher complete. That's a
I like
shout out, Mac.
Vans.
We love you. If your spirit's in the air, let it be here. You like Vans?
Yeah. I got like
Yeah.
50.
Are those Louis Vuittons?
Yeah.
Damn.
Gangster, huh?
Those are Louis Vuitton Vans.
Yeah,
Shut
what's up? I got 3
That is
pairs.
kidding?
gangster.
Black and the white with the colored logos.
That's actual Louis.
Louis handbag.
That's actual Louis though.
Louis handbag leather.
Oh, that's actual Louis.
Yeah.
Like real life Louis.
That's cool.
Where do you get those?
She don't sell them anymore, but on Etsy from a girl. I've been trying to find more, but like they just don't.
So she takes like
A Louis Vuitton
fabric
handbag
off
and
of a
recycles
handbag.
it.
No
That's
way.
cool.
Yeah.
What a
I
good
like
idea.
And then I'm pretty sure you can buy like Louis Vuitton leather, like printed leather. It might be fake because like a lot of people started doing it and you can buy like sheets of it,
Yeah.
but from what I know is from the handbag.
Well, hopefully you didn't pay too much if you don't
No,
know.
it's only like 150,
That's not bad.
maybe 120.
It's worth the work. The time that she put
But
in
I
to
got
make all
dude,
that
I got
happen.
custom painted Vans, like I got Vans. I got Harry Potter Vans with like the Quidditch thing in the laces.
Did you watch Harry Potter?
My man.
I watch.
My man.
I like it now, not back in the day.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I didn't. It was too much for me, man. Now I'm like, yeah, wizards. Psh.
Our mom never let us watch Harry Potter.
No, or Pokemon cards. Oh, that was a
No.
memory I
What about
had.
Yu-Gi-Oh?
I hid 2 Pokemon cards. We had this little basket next to our toilet, and my
What?
mom found them.
No.
I was
Contraband.
Grounded. I was grounded for a week. And
For having
now
Pokemon
I'm
cards?
like, fuck you, Mom, because you know how much those
Sheesh.
Pokemon cards are worth
Oh, yeah,
nowadays?
I do.
Yeah.
If I'd have held on to those
Yeah.
things or had them or collected them back in the day, like we were allowed to play Digimon, but not Pokemon. Are you kidding me? Digimon isn't worth a fucking dime. Pokemon? Who knows how many Charizards I'd have in the bank right now? God,
Oh.
Right.
what do you do?
You
But
can't
hey.
predict the future, man.
But hey, everything happens for a reason. And if I did get that rich that quick, I probably wouldn't be sitting right here with you guys right now.
True.
So
Nah, we be on a private jet.
we would.
Yeah. We'd be podcasting on that
That was
private jet.
We wouldn't need to do the pod because we're rich. But no, we have a deeper meaning. This isn't
No,
this
dude.
isn't for money. We're trying to change
pod-
the world.
the
That's
pod-
the goal.
I guess to bring it back to the intro, way back, the pod is like, it's almost like an outlet to keep me sane because there's been a couple days where I'm just like, fuck the pod, you know?
Yeah.
And then I'm like getting so down, so depressed, like fuck life, all
That's
this
a
stuff,
lot
right?
of work.
And
Yeah.
then as soon as I'd be like, look at how far I came.
Yeah.
Look at what I built. Look at what I started. Like my phone doesn't stop. Like I can't let anybody down now. And
Yep.
like it's a lot of stress, but it's also what's keeping me going.
That's perfect.
And like once I start going again, I'm like, what the fuck was happening in my head?
Mhm.
Like it's almost like everything's just erased until it comes back, and it's a fucking roller coaster. But
Yeah.
it's like there's a lot more shit going on besides just those two
No.
things battling
So-
each other.
Yeah, no,
So
I
what
get
makes
that.
you to that point of like being fuck the pod? What is it? Is it the stress of it? Is it
Um,
the work? Like,
Or is it just days?
The repetitiveness of the work. I don't
Yeah.
like repetitiveness, but when I say the repetitiveness of the work, I mean like editing the video and doing the same chop, blah, 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 all the way through every single pod. But the thing that keeps me going is that every pod is different. So
Yeah.
once I start editing it, I'm like, I can't stop. Like, I want to listen to the whole thing, you know?
Mhm.
yeah.
So then I do. And like, not going to lie, some of them are like, ah, man, I wish I don't want to put this out or something because it just wasn't it wasn't better than the last one. I want to see progress, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
what happened was, okay, I'm going to try to explain this as clear as possible right now. We shot your podcast. The
Mhm.
4th one dropped. The first podcast video pod ever. So
Yeah,
like
that we filmed.
yes, that was the first one recorded. The 4th one dropped.
Yeah.
And then the first 3, we got Endless Grudge, Barely Trev, and Skib. So we shot all those in one day. And this is the timeline of when those were shot. Barely Trev was first, Skib second, and then Endless Grudge last, which is Nolan Riddle.
Mhm.
But so that was the first one dropped, and then Trev, and then Skip.
Mhm.
So like the timeline of everything, you can't see progress because everything's fucking fucked around, you know? And then now, after the Good Girls video episode drops this Sunday,
It's gotta be good.
right? So once
I
that
love
one
you.
drops, the timelines are gonna start being okay.
Yeah.
And I
for
don't know when
sure.
this one's dropping. I might squeeze it in,
This one might have to be a quick one because this one,
dude. I got
I'm
till
telling you
like
right now, like what already happened and what's gonna be, I already know. Like this
Yeah.
is something people love to hear and what they love to talk about.
yeah,
We're
and
gonna
we
dive
still got to
into.
think of a name of this because this is not like an interview.
No.
It's more we're just chilling, talking.
It's kind of
and-
like along the vibes when we talked on how I wanted to do like the branch off with like just
Yeah.
the conversation. thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But like,
yeah.
what do you name it? What do you call it? What is it?
That's
I don't
something
know.
we'll have to speak on
Yeah, we'll
because
figure it out. Because this is just it's different. We're just one of those where we're with somebody that is spiritual, that believes in growth, that believes in life. Like it's somebody we wanted to talk to because she's interesting, you know, and we're all on that same page, and that's why it's us here together doing
shout out to her for listening to all the pods.
Yeah, I've heard
Straight
all the
up.
pods.
She's
I
our
like
biggest
it.
fan.
And I was
so
listening to all
far.
the pods before I even saw Tony again because I was like, this is cool. I like seeing people from high school and doing cool things. And like, I've always wanted to do a podcast, but I've never had like, obviously, you said that Hoodie kind of got you to do it because he was like, all right, we're doing this because you're so fucking busy. So
Hoodie, okay, so I've shot podcasts for probably a total of maybe starting like 4 years ago is when I started getting into like doing a podcast. I've shot in like fake interview videos where we'd like have somebody come in and they'd just be acting a fool and we're asking them dumbass questions and shit like that. So I've done, it's not out there, it's not on record. I have it all on my hard drive at home. So like I can see my progress and stuff, and
that makes sense.
like I bought these mics and shit like that, and like just throughout time, and then it was honestly a 2-year process before me and Hoodie actually pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
He was always hitting me up about a podcast, but I was already like, I've done 2 or 3 with other people, or tried to. And it was just too much. Like I had a laptop. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But now it's a little easier. And then I know what I'm doing. And then I basically just told Hoodie, you just got to give me the time to basically learn and understand what the fuck I need to do to get it done, because I don't have money to hire anybody, and I don't have anybody else who has the same drive and dream that I can see in my head.
No, for sure.
So he was the only one who's been like, let's do it, blah, blah, blah. And I'd hit him up. Yo, I know it's been a couple months, but you got to give me another couple. Because I'm like, it just ain't time. So then finally, we're like, let's just start practicing audio. We had 2 mics. Me and him just started running pods with people at his apartment. And then we got a 3rd mic. And then we just started practicing with a bunch of people just all over the place. So I've ran like probably 15 pods before we actually dropped one. And then I was like, let's just fucking go for it. Started getting interviews, and then it's been just like a wave, and it hasn't stopped.
Yeah.
It's hard for us to not find people.
Now that you're doing the video podcast, do you feel like it's harder to do kind of editing? Because when I've done interviews and done video with them, it's like you want to cut out like the likes and the ums and shit. But when you do that too much in a video, it skips. Whereas I feel like when you're doing a podcast with just voices, it's easier to kind of do that editing.
Yeah, 100%. Audio only was cake. And that's why we only did the first 9 episodes audio only, because I didn't have the back end of everything structured yet. So for me to add in video while trying to actually like build what's going on, and the logos, the banners, the merch, everything like that, like I needed to make sure I had a building block, a fucking stone right here, solidified before I started doing videos, so I didn't have to worry about how to fucking get it all to Spotify, how to even like we can get sponsors right now, and I just haven't done it because I just don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Like I know how, I just
It'll come.
said fuck it.
Fuck it, you're sponsored right now. Minnesota's premier tree and landscape.
And with the sponsorship though,
I'll Venmo you $5 later.
Hey, whatever.
Actually, I support the website, so we'll call that the sponsor.
With the sponsorship thing, you really have to just ask for what you want. Like so many people are bad at asking for money or like shit that they need, but if you're good at it, like you'll get it.
Well, also I don't really have the means to ask for a sponsorship because I don't have anything to offer.
Well, you just
I have 100 views, and that's not gonna do anybody anything good. So
350.
it's almost like I want to averaging 100, whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I get
I
this.
almost want to make sure we're in a good enough spot to where I can give somebody something in return for what they give me.
See,
I don't
I'm
want
a
to.
salesman.
I don't want to
I'll
be
tell
like.
them, I'll show them what it's gonna be.
Yeah, that's
and
what
you
I'm
picture,
saying.
you make them envision the dream and what this is gonna be, and it's be like, you get in right now, like you're the spot.
I
You
think
get
I'm
our
too
spot.
humble about things.
See, that's what
and
you need me for, and I will go get sponsors.
I'm not a like I'm definitely a go-getter when it comes to myself, and I don't care if people fucking see the dream or not. Like
Mhm.
nobody has to understand what's going on in my head for me to get where I need to get.
Oh, but that's
And my life is drastically changed once I change my mindset. Like
yeah.
everything is falling into place. Things are happening that I never thought that would happening.
It's called
But
the flow, brother.
I had to fucking have those hard conversations. It was me being a bitch and like being scared of saying what I actually wanted, being true to myself and not like manipulating my thoughts based on what somebody else thinks is going to be the outcome or like what I think about, and basically not being a people pleaser.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was gonna say. Is
I think we all have been in that boat where we
Yeah.
live that life, where we lived our life basing on what is going to please this person the most, what's going to make them laugh, what's going to make them smile, what's going to make them think I'm cool,
Literally.
what's going to, you know what I mean, just everything.
What's going to give me my raise? Oh, work hard, be there. No, dude, I can tell you firsthand, working hard at a corporate company has not done shit for me. I've gotten the same raises as the person that shows up late, doesn't do half the work. I'm working fucking 15 hours overtime a week sometimes.
Yeah.
And then here's your 3% raise.
That's the hardest thing about being an
Oh.
entrepreneur in a
That's
9 to 5 is it's like you're working to pay that owner's paycheck or pay that owner's like mortgage and shit and for their lifestyle. It's like you really can't be an entrepreneur and want bigger things for yourself and try to like unless you want to get in that corporate world and become like I don't know, CEO shit, but
That's kind of the thing though, is like there's a place for everybody, because we want to be entrepreneurs.
yeah.
We need people like that. But there are people out there that don't necessarily want to be in front of the camera. They don't want to lead the crews. They don't, you know what I mean? They do just want to do these things, which is great. And that's very much needed. I don't think it's meant to be dogged on, personally.
Yeah.
Because without that, I mean, the crumbles all fall.
Well, I'm
You
just
know?
saying from like when you're working in those kinds of jobs and you're looking for some raises and you're like, I'm about to work my ass off. You basically need to write down on paper what you do, what you are doing for the company, and put it into a numbers standpoint. And then I guarantee you're going to get a higher raise. If you're going to go word of mouth and just be like, I do this, I do that, blah, 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 they're going to be like, okay, you need to have receipts, and I guarantee you will get a better raise based on you just showing initiative that you
Are paying attention.
reporting. Yeah, like
Yep.
recording everything you're doing, showing that you care about your job enough to give them statistics on why you need this raise.
Yep. And that's kind of just one little thing. I mean, in general, you need to be a salesman. If you want a raise, go get it. Go
That's
talk
true.
to them.
Yeah.
You know, tell them why. And make sure you know why. Because if you tell them, oh, I want a raise, they'll ask you why. And if you don't have good responses lined up or you don't have reasoning behind it, then you don't fucking deserve a raise.
Because they don't,
You're not gonna get
they're not
one.
looking at what the work you're doing. They're not watching you. They're
No, not a
working on
chance.
all the shit that
They
they're
got
working
their own
on.
shit. Yeah, exactly.
And this comes back to you got to have those hard conversations.
Yeah.
And once I started having
With yourself, you're saying.
no,
You gotta have the hard
no,
conversations.
you got to
with
have those
yourself.
hard conversations with the people around you.
Yeah. You
Like,
gotta make yourself uncomfortable.
like when you're uncomfortable to be like, yo, I think I need a raise. That's a hard conversation because you have to now. It's not just as simple as like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing today? It's a hard conversation where you got to defend yourself, and it's not something that people are comfortable with doing.
Yeah, I'm
That's-
listening because that's never been hard for me.
No.
Ever.
Well, for
I'm
me,
a
it's been
vulnerable,
hard.
open guy. You know, I talk about those things. And if I want to talk to somebody about something or raise money, I don't give whatever. Let's talk about it.
And
That's
that's a good
I'm
quality to
listening
have.
to
It's
hear like how
easy.
it is
That's
from a different
easy
mind.
for like some people, but even like the hard conversations is such a broad aspect. It's not just that. It's literally any conversation that you're worried about having with somebody based on the opinion that you think that they're gonna react in a bad way.
Yeah. And I think that happens a lot in relationships and like trying to talk to your significant other. We talked about how like things can change in a relationship. People change as they get older, and like to have to tell someone that your feelings might have changed about a thing you felt in the past, like,
It's
and they might
tough.
not react well to that. Yeah, that's hard. But I do know like Brett, not to name drop, but
It's already done.
he always taught me like you have to be uncomfortable to grow. So having that ingrained in my mind has made me super excited for every uncomfortable conversation and situation, because I know if I'm uncomfortable, it means I'm growing. So
If it feels good, you're going to start to feel more and more comfortable in those uncomfortable situations. And the more you're going to grow, the more you're going to learn.
yeah, it's just like starting a business or getting into podcasting. Like you are going to be uncomfortable in your first podcast, but the more you do it, it gets a little easier.
First one was a little uncomfy.
Dude, I found like the first ones.
I
don't-
like no.
I like it. They might come out, man, later down the road. But as of right now, I'm glad I'm the only one who has access to these. We look nervous. We don't know what we're talking. We didn't have guests. We were just talking. But the conversations were dry, man.
Yeah.
They're all right, but like that's when I had a good camera though. So the video was on point, man. That shit was crispy.
Oh,
That's the
yeah.
only good thing about it.
Yeah. So real talk.
That
Real
was
talk.
gross.
You know that-
Sick. What do you mean?
What?
He
What was
just-
Pretty
gross?
cool.
Untwisted that with his teeth.
Yeah, and then it went.
Ugh.
Whatever.
Ouch.
Yeah, I don't
All
like
right, where
that.
were you guys at? I was focused on
Okay,
trying
so
not
now I
to
was gonna
break my
say-
teeth while I did that.
I was gonna say real talk. Do you know that your license plate is my initials and 777?
They're your
What
initials.
the fuck?
They're your initials.
Well, it's not my full initials, but like it's CTT 777.
Yeah.
So after we left Malone's that
Courtney
night,
Tschida.
I cruised
What?
behind you and I was like, after that conversation and just like how we felt at leaving there, I was like,
Hold on.
literally my fucking initials.
Hold on.
777.
There's 2 T's.
So Courtney Tschida. I know. I literally thought about that. But I was like, that's kind of dumb. I don't know.
The triple and my license plate's 777s. It's homemade.
And then you
though.
sent me a
Yeah.
777 license plate today, and I was
Today
like,
on the
what
way
the
here. I was like,
fuck?
yeah.
My
Oh, that was a good
mileage,
little
my
speed.
mileage on my car this morning was like 165,222.
Mhm.
Hey, what?
That's your number. I like
Something's
that.
happening.
Wait.
Like
I
we're
know.
Yeah,
but
165,
you know,
222.
you mentioned like you don't pay attention, but you're aware of license plates and like signs and just like when you're on the right path. That's been a big thing for me for like the last decade.
License
you know,
plates.
like when I'm there and I'm on the right line, I'll see 7s all day. Like, and I don't look at license plates like you said. Like you're drawn to them, and then it happens. But when I'm
Yeah.
really fucked up and things are messed up, or like I'm gonna make a bad decisions, 666, 100%.
I don't see 666 as bad.
Sometimes I see
Oh.
666s, and I don't
Good.
want to think of them as
I
bad.
know.
I
yeah,
don't.
I
feel
don't.
that.
It's
at
like you
all.
can't really put that with those numbers, because then you might feel bad about a good situation. Like, have you actually looked up the angel numbers?
Of 666.
Yeah.
No,
There's a lot
I
of
actually haven't either.
definitions out there,
Yeah.
but
I've grown up to think it was evil, but I kind of
I
want to go on
know.
this for a second. Like, what do you have any idea of what it is?
I got ideas about.
About 666.
Well, 666 is the devil's number
Yeah.
or
That's
That's
whatever,
what they
right?
say. But
Right.
What do you think is alternate? Because I feel like you are thinking something that's against, or like on the opposite.
It
end of
definitely
evil.
has a different meaning that's positive.
Yeah, for sure.
From the astrology like side point
Well,
of view and stuff.
And if you look at it
Okay.
in a way of like everything happens for a reason, and you go through things like maybe you see a 666 as like, okay, this might not be good right now, but it's leading me to something. I
Well-
don't think it has to be like
I think.
you're on the wrong path, it still can be like a positive thing to see.
See, I don't know with that though, because with me, I balance hard between like kind of free will. Everything happens for a reason, and everything works itself to the good. So, like for me, I'll say it's God. Where I think that God works all things to the good. So if you follow it down like a bad path, say 666s for now, we'll use that reference. You're following it down a path, you see 666s, like eventually God's going to work it to the good. But does that mean it was meant to be? Probably not. Or is that free will?
Maybe.
But there's kind of like there's a question mark in there for me.
But everything you go through makes you who you are today. So for me, it's easy to say because I'm like, I'm a very intricate person in the way that I see my life, and I try to analyze things and like, why am I going through this and what am I supposed to learn from it? But then on the other side, it's like there's so many people that go through life not focusing on how to better themselves emotionally, or like
They're just like, they're done. Life's fucked.
yeah.
They're they're
It's
they're those
no.
people that are negative about everything that fucking happens in the world, whether it affects them or
Yeah.
not.
I just don't get that, and I'm so interested
know
in
one
why
guy.
people are so
He's
negative
related to you.
and just can't. What?
That was tough,
But
man.
anyways,
What?
no,
That was
No,
rude.
go ahead. No, it's not rude.
I
I
lost
To
love him
him.
and he knows it and will laugh. But anyways, Court, go ahead. My bad.
It's okay. I lost my train of thought.
All right. We're
I
kinda-
think, dude, okay, so you put the evil in the world that you see, is my theory.
Yeah.
Because like all I think about is good things and stuff, all that shit, like nothing evil things happen around me, but nothing like to me. Unless I'm in like that mindset of something bad is happening to me,
That
and
is-
then something bad happens to me. So
Totally true.
I honestly feel like you attract the things that your mind is creating for you. Like
Oh, for
sure.
sure.
if
Yeah.
you're thinking about getting pulled over, I know so many people that are like, I was literally just having such a bad vibe, blah, 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 and then I got pulled over and I knew it was going to happen.
You knew.
Because you knew it was going to
Exactly.
happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
But isn't that scary though, to think that you have that power
Yeah.
to create negative scenarios?
It's not scary. It's
That's
exciting.
been my biggest mind trip since Nashville. When I told you in the last podcast, was like things got negative in my mind because it was like, if you have this power, how
Yeah.
can you not like think about negative stuff? You know
You
what I mean?
can't
have
not
to-
think about
But
it.
thoughts, I'm learning this over the decade. Thoughts they do not define who you are.
No.
It's your actions. Like
And
it
you-
happens.
Yeah.
And you can choose to put focus where you want.
And you can
So
actually
that's the one big thing I'm learning. So I guess it's a question answered as I'm speaking. But
train
Right.
your thoughts, which is kind of a cool thing to look at in that situation. Like if you're scared of thinking negative thoughts, just know that our brain is a muscle, and just like you can work out your muscles, like you can
Facts.
train your
Mhm.
brain into thinking certain things. Like when we were on the island and I read that book, shout out
thank you, Angel.
Angel. It literally changed my life, and I got to a point where my thoughts were all positive. Like I would see any person on the street and I'd be like, that person's beautiful, and I would actually see their beauty. And like every thought
And
I
that
had
makes
was
you feel
actually
good, too.
positive, and it makes you feel good. And
Mhm.
so, but shit happens. Like I told you guys, like when I got to that mindset, I literally thought I was going to die. Cause I was like, I feel like I know life. Like I've figured life out. And there's just,
Yeah.
is this what
Um,
happens? Is you figure life out and then you fucking die? Like,
I'm sitting right here in that chair right now. Like, what the fuck is going? Like,
know.
dude,
but no, cause
wow.
I've gone through so much since that moment of like having that mindset. And lately I've been experiencing things that I've never experienced before, as far as like anxiety and shit. And that showed me that even though I felt like I had life figured out and I know like the right way to go, it's always going to be affected in certain ways. Like as you get older and you go through things and experience shit, like it's not going to just stay into that positive mindset, but it's
No.
so much easier to get back into that positive mindset after you've learned that
If you
can
know
do
you
that.
can
Right.
get there once,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's no, I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
definitely had oh yeah, here's a great example.
Okay.
Like the way you think about let's say earning money, is it easy or hard?
Easy.
Easy.
Okay. And look at both of you. Sitting fine,
Yeah.
right?
Well, sometimes.
Well,
Yeah.
right, but it's always, you're not in a bad spot though.
My
But if you
my
get
whole
down
point.
low, you
But-
can always
My whole
Right.
point
yourself
with
back up.
that
So
is I've like struggled with money, but something that I've always had in my brain is it's always figured out. Like sometimes I'll worry about my bills not being
Yeah.
paid, and then I'm like, you know what? I've made it this far, and I've like
Stupid.
struggled more than this, but my bills have always been paid, and I've always made it. So it's like,
identical, literally identical
Yeah.
right there. So,
Yeah.
but now I've started to think, I changed my mindset for like, this was like 2 weeks ago. I used to always be like, dude, why is money so fucking hard to make? And I'm like struggling, not like struggling, but like, fuck, dude, it just doesn't feel like enough.
Yep.
Get a $4 raise. And now I have a raise coming in April. Soon as I fucking started being like, money's easy.
Now it's flowing.
It's
Yeah.
it's coming from the day I started doing that. I think I made like $350 outside of work as well, the same day,
mhm.
and I was just like, "Wow,
Money is easy.
wow!"
Money is easy.
It was that simple. It's literally just understanding that you can and know that you can do it and do it.
Yeah.
You can
Well,
find money
You don't
anywhere.
even have to do anything. Like you said, you change the mindset. You focus on it and it's easy and things just happen for
I didn't
you.
change.
It
I
really
didn't.
genuinely does.
I didn't go out of my way.
It might
It
take
just
you.
came.
Here's what happens, I think, is like you're given a door, but you have to turn the knob and open it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally it. You know what I mean? But the door is presented in front of you as soon as you change your mindset.
Yeah.
I know. I've had this picture of this painting in my mind that I want to do, where it's kind of like life, where there's one door, and there's a guy walking through the first door, and behind that door, there's 2 more doors, and behind that door, there's 4, and then 8, 16.
But you always have to
32
make a
behind.
choice.
But you make the choice. You have to make a choice. And the doors are there. They're presented for you, but they don't open until you open them. Because people always talk like God opens doors. No, I think God gives you doors,
Yo,
and then it's up to you to open them.
don't be afraid to go backwards to move forwards.
And that's not backwards, hypothetically speaking.
Right,
or
but
philosophical speaking.
When
or
people
philosophically
think
speaking.
about it,
No.
when they're at this level, like, oh, I got this good stuff, this car, blah 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 blah. If something's happening and you can't continue with this stuff,
But-
step back
That's the
to
thing,
go back.
Because it's not stepping back, though.
But
if
it
it's
is
to
in
move
most
you
right.
forward,
I see
then
what you're
all right,
saying,
all right.
but nobody else sees it like you're saying.
Can I say this in like a
But they
good
should.
Can I
Right.
say this in a
Damn it.
good way to look
Yeah.
at it? Like an easy way to look at
Yeah.
it is think about like I did hair extensions for 8 years and I got into a good point in hair extensions where I was making good money. I mean, COVID happened and we couldn't open our salon anymore. I had to step back and get into a new business, which I decided was real estate. And it might have felt like I was stepping back and like starting from the beginning because then you have to have more of those uncomfortable conversations. But it's not stepping back because technically, like, I stepped forward because I created a future for myself.
Right.
Because it's what are you stepping forward or backward from? The basis
Yeah.
is your well-being.
Like
So
here's
as
a
long as you're making a decision that's better for your well-being, you are making a step forwards.
right.
No
And
matter what the world views it as or what it is tangibly in the world, it doesn't matter.
it's
if
not
you-
normal for
like-
people to think like that. So that's what I mean
But
by
that's
when
what-
I say
Well,
It
they
pisses
should.
That.
me off the
Get on
most
it.
because it's like, how do people just go through their lives not focusing on how to better themselves or better
It's-
their own lives?
it's because they feel defeated. Like life is fucking trash. It feels like it when you're
Shut the
dude.
fuck
you create your own
Bruh.
defeat,
Not
though.
you.
Dude, no.
Not you,
Listen,
not you,
listen.
the people.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been this person. I know exactly
It's-
first person point of view exactly what they're
Okay,
feeling.
so tell me about
But-
it. and
It's
how'd you get
not
through it?
easy.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
not a fucking easy task to just wake up and be like, "Yep, life is good." When life is like always fucking hitting you.
It is good because what you're comparing it to something. You're comparing your life to something or someone. That's the only reason that you can feel fucking bad about the situation that you're in.
No,
That's the only reason.
the people
You're
are
comparing
waking
it to
up
that
and they're
social
like,
media
"Oh, my
post
mom just
you looked
died.
at,
Oh my god, I just got fired from my job." Like
So
things
what?
dude, you're
Comparing
looking
it to
at
someone
it.
who has a job. You're comparing
No,
it to blah, 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 blah,
it's
blah,
not.
blah.
No, it's not just. Oh, I got fired and somebody else has a job. I got fired. Now, what am I gonna do to support my
You're gonna
family?
find
How am I
something
gonna
else.
fucking pay for
It
my house?
happens.
Yeah, At the end of the day, yes, but when you're in that fucking mindset, you're like, this is the end of the world.
Yeah.
The next step is death.
But then you can go 2 ways from that. You can
That's
go,
what it is.
Exactly.
I'm
you
different.
can go like, I'm fucking pissed, and
That's
I
good, but
got this taken
the
away from
majority of
me.
the world is
Well,
not.
I'm gonna teach it then. God damn it.
Well,
It's just like,
You need to
it's
be a
not the end of
little
the
less
world.
aggressive about it.
I'm passionate about this. It's
I
the
know.
opportunity for a new beginning. And look at it. Like, we just had this conversation on how, like, it always works itself out. Like, we always thought we were struggling. It was going to end. Life was going to end. But here we are. We always made it through. We always had a roof. We always had food. We're still here. We're
So
still
what about
hydrated.
homeless
We're
people?
drinking water. Nothing's going to change in the future. You're always going to find a way to make it. And us as humans, we're built to adapt and evolve.
So what
Correct.
about
And we're
homeless
good
people?
at it. We're good at it. So just trust that instinct and stop worrying about the fucking neighbor's grass and just do your own life, whatever you need
I
to do.
don't think they're
If you gotta go
worrying
live in a
about
box, live
the
in a
neighbor's
fucking
grass,
box.
though.
I don't
Like,
know.
a lot of
damn.
people are not comparing themselves to other people's lives. They're literally living their own life and cannot get through life because life is not set up for people to be successful.
Well,
The government,
See, that's the.
it's the government's like the government has a lot to do with the ways people are living,
Let me
and we are all taught like the way we're supposed to live.
see. Okay, so I was gonna ask you, what makes you successful?
That's all on a personal belief. Like it's
But you're basing it off of view of something.
A lot of people look at money as success.
right,
What
but
kind of money?
everybody
How
else
much money?
views things
But
as
also
success.
money is tough because it's like, I remember reading a story in a book that was like, this multi-trillionaire literally lost like $1 billion, and he went under a trillionaire, and he literally killed himself because he went under $1 trillion. So it's like, I guess
Because
I'm trying to say
he's living a life that's such higher expectations because of the money.
yeah, but he's still a multi-billionaire.
But in his mind, he's not as good as he
Mm.
once was.
Yeah. I
Not
don't know.
everybody has the same outlook as life is easy.
Yeah.
He might
It's
have
not
worked his
easy.
ass off to get that trillion, and then all of a sudden he's not there, and that's his goal was to be that, and now his goal is gone. He's like, what's the point?
Or do
Yeah,
you
but
think
that's
it's just
the point
greed?
That's the point.
When
My
you get
point
to
of
that
that is
point.
like, money is not
Right.
necessarily what makes you happy. Like, that person still had multi-billions of dollars, and he still killed himself because he didn't have $1 trillion.
Money
So
might not make you happy, but it helps you live.
Well, for sure.
it makes you
But I mean,
comfortable.
I had a realization I just want to bring up. Like, I was at a lowest of a low probably a month ago. I think I hit rock bottom fully. Like, I was just crying on my floor. I was praying. I was just like, why do I keep fucking doing this? Because I'm a risk taker. But then when I take risks and they don't work, it's like I gamble everything, you know? And then I got to that point. But at that time, I realized, like, holy shit, I feel really good. I'm happy. And I can literally have nothing and be in a life of this contentment, you know?
Yeah.
Which is very important. And there's a philosophy, which if you watch, I don't know if you watched Mike Tyson's podcast with Joe Rogan. I want to bring this up. We might have talked about it.
I actually
but
did watch that
there's-
or listen to that podcast.
Yeah, and how he studied just greats back
Same.
in the day, and kings and whatever. So Alexander the Great, there was a story with him where he watched this guy where we now would call a homeless person. He watched him for years before he was king. And then eventually when he became king, he walked up to this homeless man and he goes, I have everything. Like, what do you have? You know, because he just noticed, he was just astonished in his contentment, you know? And he's like, what do you have? Or what do you need? That's what he asked him. What do you need? And the guy said to him, his king,
The king's asking.
he says,
Okay.
yeah, the king was asking the homeless man, what do you need?
Yeah.
And the homeless man looked at him, his king, and he goes, what I need is for you to get out of my way of the sun so I can go on enjoying the rest of my day. And that was it. He had the balls to just say that to his king and just to get out of the way, and that's all he needed. And he sat in a life of contentment.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful to me because I feel content, and I'm starting to try and like train my brain to be in that space.
Well,
Because I'm like, no, I've been listening to so many voices in my head and people who have tried to judge me and who I am and blah, 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 and this and that. You got to hold yourself to this standard. You got to be this. No, fuck you. I got to be me.
that's
And I'm
that.
happy being me. Yeah, I went out last night. I had a great fucking time with amazing people and good friends. And yeah, I drank. Oh my God. And then I woke up. I got a couple hours of sleep, still woke up with those amazing people. And we went out to breakfast and had an amazing morning. And now we're here having a podcast. And this is amazing. And there are people in my life that make me want to feel bad. Like, oh, it's irresponsible. No, I can still move forward and do things and have fun as long as I'm responsible
You
and
have
in
to
a good
realize
place with it.
you have to realize that other people judge you based on their feelings and what they're going through. So like that person telling you this is what you should be doing, that's what they think they should be doing.
Yeah, it's a mirror
But
effect.
people don't realize that when they say things. Like that's why I look at every situation like if someone's saying something to me, like someone tries to make you feel like shit, it's like that's just they're feeling shitty,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah, I can
No, for
say
sure.
right now when I didn't feel good about myself, I'd say almost like a year ago, I was not a very fun person to be around sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I talk shit about people all the time. But at the same time, I had so much shit to talk about myself too. Like I could not say anything good about myself at those times.
And they say that's why people stay in like toxic relationships because that person is only getting treated as shitty as they treat themselves. Like once someone treats
Yeah.
you shittier than what you treat yourself, you're going to walk away. But you know when someone sits in a relationship that person's like beating them or something because people are like, why do you do that? Why do you stay in that? How do you not know? And it's like that person's only getting treated to the point of what they're allowing themselves to be treated
For
because
sure.
that's how they feel about themselves.
That's kind of big, actually. And I think about that right now in my past, and it makes sense. That's really good, Cord.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out.
Anyways,
how to bring this thing out.
I gotta use the restroom.
Twist the handle. We just thought of it. It's gotta get deep.
Gotta get
I
deep.
squeaked.
Take it deep. And if two minds think it.
All right, let's get in the deep shit. Like that's what
What
we're here
kind
for,
of deep
right?
shit? Yeah, you
I
tell
think-
me. 'Cause
What were
I-
we talking about last? Toxic relationships.
Yeah.
toxic relationship.
Can
Can I start? Can I start by saying that I'm in a relationship now?
You are?
What?
Yeah.
Since when? With your ex?
With your ex?
Yep.
Oh,
but
okay.
there's terms and conditions.
Ooh, okay. So you guys had a good
Remember-
conversation.
Remember what we talked about?
Yes.
You did
It
it.
happened.
You did it.
It happened.
So it's a thing.
Wait, you had a three-way?
You're in
I'm
a
just kidding.
relationship.
No,
It's open.
like
what?
what you talked about, how like at the bar you're saying like some
What?
people just have these things that somebody else can't provide for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it. We're on terms. We're on the same page.
Okay.
And
Was she
everything.
immediately open to it, or did you have to
No,
work
it
in?
was
Or just explain
so
it.
the
I guess,
next
is what I'm
so
saying.
after once the next day after the bar, that was the day everything happened, that like I said all that stuff to her.
Mhm.
And then she like apologized for everything that was said, and I apologized as well. And then she's like, so where do we go from this? And like, I'm willing to talk about being in an open relationship. And
She said that to you openly, or you mentioned it first?
she said it.
She said.
Yeah.
And you're just like, talking about manifestation of
Yeah,
thoughts. Dude.
That's
Are
what
you
I'm
kidding me?
Yeah.
saying.
You
This
just
is-
have to approach his situations
but
in a
like
right
but
way.
it's like we have very strict terms and conditions. Like I'm supposed to tell everybody that I'm in this relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Like,
I have a question. Did
all
you guys,
of my friends have to know, and I have to tell them the rules. Is
Okay.
one rule.
is one of your rules that you guys tell each other when you guys are being open or doing those things, or are
Nope,
you guys
one
like
of our
you don't want
rules.
to know?
It's completely
You don't want to know.
don't want to know at all, but you have to abide by the terms and conditions.
Yeah.
And like you have to go get tested the
Okay.
next day. You have to wear a condom and stuff, like shit like that. But
Okay.
That makes sense.
so
Well, that's perfect. That's exactly what I talked to the girl about at the sushi bar, and how she was explaining polygamy, blah, 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 whatever it has to be. It doesn't have to be a perfect scenario. Like polygamy is like, oh, you get all these partners. No, it's about communication
yeah.
Yeah.
and rule setting and like, and just.
We call it an LLR,
LLR.
limited liability relationship.
That's. Don't let that out. You be careful. That could be something.
I feel like I'm different. Like for me, it's like I don't know. Maybe I would want to know, but also, yeah. Now that I think about it, maybe I wouldn't.
I don't want to know just strictly because of the jealousy thing.
yeah.
And like I want I want her to live her best life, and like I know she has things that I'm not comfortable with,
Yeah.
and
So you
like
would rather, like, if she went and fucked some dude, you'd be like, I don't want to know. But wouldn't you wonder if she was leaving your house, like, is she going to be with someone?
So
oh yeah, that's
So
definitely some thoughts
and I'm
going
gonna
through my
speak on
head,
that too,
but
just
it's
that-
not. But
that-
I trust her, and
Yeah.
like basically it can't be like set up like shit like that. You can't be on Tinder doing like, you can't go looking for it. It has to be like
Yeah.
spontaneous shit
Yeah,
like
It
that.
just
And
happens.
What a cool world we live in.
so
But I want to say too about the conversation that we had with this girl at the sushi bar, because we had to talk about jealousy, because that was one of our questions, was like, how does that play into factor?
it never goes away.
And she said, no, that's a thing, like that between all of us, like that do this, the polygamy and blah, 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 this and that, like it's a thing. But through good communication and her rule setting that she did, they're able to get past that. Because good communication just feels good, you know, when you can like respect each other and have a good conversation. And for them, it's for her, she wants his partners to know that she exists.
Same.
She doesn't need to meet them.
Same.
And she goes, if they want to meet me, that's fine. I don't
Yeah.
need to meet them, but they need to know that I exist.
Same.
Like through that communication and that, you can get past that jealousy. It's kind of like a little skip track past freaking
Well,
jealousy.
They say
But
that you can look
It's
at
not really a
things.
thing.
If you have a certain feeling about something, it takes consistency to look at it in a different way, but you can look at it in a different way. Like, this is kind of a weird example, but it's my example. Like, my boyfriend, he works with, or he fishes, so he is with a lot of men. But this woman came up that he's like becoming close with. So for me at first, it was like, my feeling was, oh, like something weird. It's a woman and a man. He's usually with men. But in my head, I had to be like, I want to look at this in a different way. Like, instead of thinking of the jealousy aspect, like maybe I could become close with this girl. Like, it doesn't have to be like, so my mindset had to switch from, oh, this is their relationship, to like, this can benefit me too. And like, I can see this in a good way. But that takes consistency to look at a certain thing in
Yeah.
that way,
Mhm.
to actually switch your mindset on it. But like when we were talking about the brain and how it's a muscle, like you can train yourself to look
For
at things
sure.
in a different way.
And how I was taught to like be with one person and only one person,
Yeah.
and to live a life of like, I'm open to all of it, is so hard for me to be like, I'm in a relationship with this one girl and only one
Yeah.
girl,
Well,
when
you
I
like- you
have
like-
so many things
Yeah.
You like
It's-
variety, and that
yeah.
that doesn't only show in like your relationship aspect. You were saying earlier about like how the podcast, it's nice because you do have variety because it's different every time.
Yeah.
You're not editing the same shit every day.
Yeah.
So like it's
Yeah.
not like you can
Shit
just
needs
tell
to
her, like,
change
this
for me
is-
constantly
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
for me to be
But
okay with life.
Why is that so wrong?
It's
I
not-
did-
It's my
that's just how I
genuine
was
question is like,
taught.
who the fuck can stand here on this earth right now and tell me you know exactly what we're doing here and exactly who we're supposed to be and exactly how we're supposed to be? Give
Nobody.
me one person,
Yourself.
not a single one. So God be damned if things change. You know,
Yeah.
the original status of what you're supposed to be, and
But
with one
can I-
person and
I can
whatever.
also say, like, what she gives me in the relationship aspect is everything I would want when it comes to being with somebody. There's just certain, like, she's the person that I want to be with.
Emotionally,
My best
Mhm.
friend. Like,
emotionally.
I want to hang out with her all the time. I talk to her about everything,
Yep.
and there's no judgment, and she helps. And
Yeah.
it's just,
Well, I think in a world of inconsistency, it's also nice to have some consistency.
Yeah.
You know?
so like that's very like it's always been good with her. Even in our arguments, it's communication and stuff. So I've had that hard talk with her about how I really feel, like who I am.
yeah.
And it was a hard fucking conversation. Yeah, it did not go well at the start. It was not okay. But a day later goes by, we're sitting there having the best time of our life, fucking writing down rules about our new relationship. And I'm okay with it, she's okay with it, and we were both like, I'm so much happier this happened, because now I know that I can't hurt her. So she was always somebody I wanted to be with, but the reason why I couldn't be in a relationship with her is because I kept doing things that would hurt her, and I knew they were hurting her, and I told her that's why I can't be in a relationship, because I don't want to be hurting you, because I can't give you the life that you want. That was my whole thing. And now, since I can give her the life that we've agreed on, it makes me feel so much comfortable just even going out and flirting with girls, because like at the end of the day, she likes to go have fun.
Yeah.
And when you talk to people, it might seem flirty, but it's just nice, but it might be a little flirty and shit. But I'm fine with her flirting with dudes, because at the end of the day, she's coming home to me, and she might just be out there getting drinks, getting free shit. And I'm like,
Yeah.
go for it,
And
dude.
honestly, how fucking egotistical is it to think like, all right, I'm going to lock that down and that pussy is mine. That's mine and nobody else.
I can feel it.
That's like a power
That's
trip.
a
I
possession.
understand
It's
it
possession.
back in like the old mindset I had, because that's how I was taught. That's how I saw the world, and like I still know
Yeah.
people who are like that.
And it's hard not
But
to
it's-
think that
But
nowadays.
it's the norm.
Yeah.
It's the norm. So like it's what's engraved in our brain. Like if we grew up in a different country where it was normal to have more than one wife,
Yeah.
Mhm.
that would be engraved in
normal.
our brain.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying?
And we'd
So
come over here and we'd be like,
what's
is
wrong
this?
with
What
you
is- what's
guys?
wrong?
How are
Yeah.
you going to claim that as yours and only yours? But
Yeah.
then in the same thing over there, they claim those women as theirs and only theirs, and the women can't expand, you know?
Yeah.
So,
But that's just
but
their
that's how
way
they
of
were
living.
taught, you
Yeah.
know? So that's how they know it. That's everything changes, and I think people need to be acceptable to change, because
Yeah.
if you look at history repeats itself.
Mhm.
But when is it going to stop? History only repeats itself because nobody's willing to change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
it's scary
also,
to change.
like,
It is.
It's
It's
a
hard.
trigger in our
Yeah.
body. It's natural.
It
You know
is.
what I mean? But
We adapt. We don't change.
But is it scary, or do
Well-
you just tell yourself it's scary? Because can it be exciting to change?
No,
That's
I
true.
love
That's a good
change.
point,
I love
too.
it now.
Yeah.
That's a
But
good
like
point.
back in the day, it was like when I was younger, I loved who I loved who I was. I don't want to change who I am. But now I'm like, fuck who I am today, and like I'm waiting for who I am changing to be.
Yeah. I feel like I had a saying I thought about the other day. Like, I feel like I'm right about everything because I know that I'm not right about everything.
I feel it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Like, I don't know. You just can't.
You can't be wrong because it's always what are you being wrong about? What is truth? You know what I mean? So if you
Yeah.
I'm grasping this a little bit. Where it's just like growth. It's moving towards growth. And if you're growing and you're learning, even if you're wrong, you're still right. Is that kind of what I'm getting on the situation?
I watched this video, and this dude is like, I'm the best person. I know I am. And he's like, I know it sounds selfish and it sounds like an asshole to think that, but it's selfish for you to not think that you're the best person.
Yeah.
If you're walking around thinking you're a piece of shit, that's selfish. You're selfish to yourself by not thinking you're the best person you could ever be and better than everybody else.
And what is selfish? Like, people have so much
That hit.
view on
That's a
the
good,
way that you
that's a
should
good
feel
one.
about yourself. And like,
Mhm.
like you can't look in the mirror and tell yourself that you're fucking beautiful.
The mirror doesn't judge you. You
No.
judge what's in the mirror.
Yeah. Wow.
But what
Cheers
is-
to that.
That's hey, that's going on merch. By the way, gotta be good.
Yo,
dot
not gonna
shop.
cap. Lil Wayne said that first
Oh,
in
never
an
mind.
interview.
Lil Wayne, fuck.
Yeah.
Don't go to the website then.
Shout out Lil Wayne.
But we could still use it.
We will. Just be good. But yeah,
Yeah.
Get deep.
we gotta get deep.
Gotta get
Dive
deep.
right into it.
But no, I like that selfish thought. Like, fuck.
It's just
Okay, I'm
society.
thinking of myself. Yeah,
it's just society and the
I'm a
way
good
society
person. I'm gonna go
makes-
help change a tire on the side of the road, or I drive a truck. So if I see somebody that's stuck in the snow or something, I'm gonna pull over and pull them out. You know, but like just because all of these things I do on a daily basis, and I do one thing for myself, I'm considered a selfish person.
Even
because
though
I protect my mind and myself, and
you
who I
can
am.
think you're better than everybody else, but as long as you don't project that on people, it's fine.
Yeah.
I think I'm better than everybody. Like that's no. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
like
better.
it's not
No.
even.
I'm better than you.
I mean, I respect your opinion, but it's just not true. So like,
No, false.
I literally do. Like, I feel like my head is so much different than everybody else's. Nobody understands who I
I'm
am
with
and
you on
stuff.
that.
I feel
And
that.
like, I try to communicate that so people can understand me, and I still feel like they are not full. I'm not saying like right now, but like
No.
throughout life, is they don't fully understand what I'm putting down. So I'm still like, I am better than you.
Do you feel like people can get this way?
Oh yeah,
I have a genuine feeling in my
I
heart.
was not like
that,
this
too.
way.
Like there are people that I look at and they're sitting there bitching about their fucking watch or this or their shoe or blah this and that, and I'm like, that's such.
You stepped on my
Small-
shoe, homie.
Yeah, no. It's like, shut the
chill with that
shut the
shit.
fuck up.
Put them in the
dude.
closet if you're
Like,
worried
I'm
about
trying
them.
to figure
Yeah.
out what life is.
No, I
I'm
get
not worried
it.
about your shoes, but it's like, can people get to that point? Can everybody get to that point?
I
You
think they
just-
can. You just have to be willing to.
You gotta
You
be
think so?
open.
Yeah.
But I
You
feel
have
like
to have
I've
an open
always been
mind.
this way, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know.
No.
I don't know
might
that I've
be-
always been this way.
I have not
It's
been.
different.
I don't
I
have
have
any
been.
memory of the past, and that's what makes me so mad. Because I'm like, I know who I am today, but I don't remember like who I was in the past. So I don't know. Like,
It's like
You were
little
just an
pictures
ego.
of the
You're
past.
a little ego running around.
you thought I was a little ego because you
What?
were my older brother.
And I was a little ego.
Well,
like,
yeah,
we're
yeah,
just
yeah.
little
No,
fucking
that's
egos
true.
running around. That's what I'm saying. You're learning,
That's
you're
true.
growing, you're becoming who you are.
I'm not gonna deny it
Whatever.
for sure. For sure, it is ego, and you have to like be able to step forward and be like, okay, yeah, it is ego, to understand and like move past it. Because because ego will not allow you to move past it. But the
No.
second that you do and you like agree, like, yeah, there is ego out there, and you do feel ways, and you think you're fucking right, but you're not right.
You know,
When you
and
I
can
know
step
I'm
past
right.
the biggest turning
How?
point, honestly, here's a big thing to everybody.
Because I'm
Educate yourself.
Yeah.
Because the biggest turning point in my life was when I actually studied our bodies and who we are and our emotional beings and understanding what ego is, what conscious is, what unconscious is, in other words. And understanding that just, it gave me a bigger grasp on life, and it gave me an opportunity to step back, like in those situations where people are attacking me, and I can just be like, just bounce it right off. You
Yeah.
know,
I don't
Like, it
know.
just gave me a sense to come back because my ego, I'm like, I want to come back and fire back at you.
Once
hard as fuck the same
booze
way
is
you're
in me,
coming at
though,
me,
I'm
you know?
firing.
No, it's just you.
I feel
Man.
what you're saying when I'm sober.
I
But
don't know.
like
I feel
when I'm
feel like
boozed
an
up,
ocean
man.
right now. Like
If
I feel,
somebody's
I feel
firing
so
at me,
good. The
shots
last,
fired.
Like couple weeks, man. It's been different. Just like an ocean, like a wave. Like nothing can hit me. It just flows. And people want to come at me with stuff. That's fine. It's not my problem. I'm doing the best I can. I trust myself.
well, it makes it
I'm
easier.
a good person.
It makes it easier.
I genuinely am.
It makes it easier
So-
when you think about the fact that people come at you based on what they're feeling, because it's like you don't have to take it personally. That's like the number one thing is you can't take anything personally in this life because someone's doing to you as they feel about
Yeah.
themselves.
And who is it? Buddha that says, "Be the change you want to see in the world."
I don't know.
Because when you can project that to somebody and they see it not hitting you, it makes them think. It makes them go back in their little think tank. And when they're sitting at home, I think so, yeah. I genuinely do. I think people who are crazy and act shitty to you know it at the end of the day. I genuinely do. And if you give them the same reaction back, it probably feels more normal to them. So they don't have a necessity to change. So then if you're just like just smiling, just let it happen and just fucking respond naturally however you would, like it's fine, it's good. You're not going to affect me. Like, all right, what can I do to solve this problem or what, you know what I mean? Then I think that can create change because they're like, whoa, I'm doing something wrong. I'm freaking out.
That
I'm
makes
going off the
sense.
walls.
Yeah.
This brings in
Just
the
a thought.
concept of words don't have meaning until you give meaning to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would call you whatever I wanted in any
That's
language,
true.
and you would sit there feeling like, yeah, man, me too.
Well, communication is more than just words. It's almost more than 50% of words.
But if I call you
the
a
way
bitch
you're
right now,
reacting
if
and
I
who
call you a
are.
bitch right now and you react like how the word bitch means, I'd just be like,
Oh,
nice, bro.
No,
I
we-
was thinking about this recently, actually, because you know how people do this thing where
I
they say,
guess.
you're
That's true.
acting
That's
like a
good one.
bitch, but I'm not calling you a bitch. Do you know what I mean?
There is a
I
difference.
suppose,
No,
yeah.
there's a difference.
Like you can be a bitch and then you can act like a bitch. Like,
You're acting like a bitch.
but I mean, like, so you
Mm.
call me like. Here's a word that shakes everybody up. Cunt. I don't know why.
It doesn't shake me.
It's
up.
nothing.
I love the word cunt.
The
I
word
actually
cunt.
use that all the time.
but
with my
here's a,
friends.
here's
Like,
a good
Rose,
example,
like, what's up,
though.
cunt?
That's a fucking normal word in Australia. That's a
Yeah.
normal word,
I
right?
thought it was more of an England thing. Cunt. It's
No,
it's a
Australia-
British thing. It's a British thing.
They use it in Australia a lot.
They do too?
Yeah.
Okay.
You fucking cunt.
You cunt. It's kind of like a pussy.
No,
That's
I
what it
don't
is.
even
It's our
think it's
American
used as a
pussy.
derogatory term in
But it's whatever
Australia.
meaning
It's
you
just
give it to.
yeah. So
No,
Yeah.
just like a word, just like a
it's literally
nickname.
like I could literally be like blah blah. And that could mean the meanest thing that I put the meaning to, but since
Yeah.
you just laughed at it. And I'm over here being fucking
That's a
like
good point.
fuck you.
Yeah.
Like that's
Oh,
basically
wow.
what I just said. And you
Mhm.
guys just laughed at that. So you literally give the meaning to words that you know words. Fuck you, man. I'd be like, yeah, I would too.
Yo.
I
You
say
know what
that-
I'm saying?
That's my line, by the way. I think you stole it from me.
I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
all about how your mind reacts to the things that are being said to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the other person and what they think it means, because
true.
at the end of the day, you're the one putting the meaning to it. You're the
True.
one making the shoe fit.
That makes
You
sense.
could say you fucking skib fatter or something if you're actually mad at someone and want to get that across. The vibe's already there. Doesn't matter what word you use. You know
Literally.
what I mean? Like cunt or bitch or skib fatter. I don't know where that came from.
skip matter.
But,
Yeah.
yeah. You're a skib fatter.
It's true, but think about even in general, like the English language or any kind of language. Like we just make up these fucking words and we put a meaning behind it.
Yeah, like simp.
I don't know what that means.
You're such a simp.
You're like, I don't even, basically, you just love a girl and you're showing her attention.
I
or
would never
something.
think that's what simp meant.
Or smitten.
smitten. You know
Like, you're-
my PlayStation.
oh, you're
name
so
is
smitten.
Kitten.
Like what it means, smitten means like you're submitting to their riz. Oh, another one. Riz.
Riz, what?
Riz is charisma.
Okay.
Like, man.
but
this-
like, who
the-
put that word?
What
These
is
are all
happening?
I
We're creating a new language in this generation. I
literally
swear.
though, YOLO, like all that
YOLO.
shit. Like YOLO is literally just a bunch of letters
Yeah.
that now
Yeah.
mean something.
And probs and
I've
deaf.
been watching that Married at First Sight, and this dude for his whole life thought YOLO meant you only love once.
That is what it means.
You only love
Love
once.
once.
No, it's live
That was
once.
no, I know,
That's
but
what
that
the
was
dude
his.
thought.
Oh, he thought
meaning
love
to
was.
that
Oh.
You
YOLO.
put meaning to words,
Exactly.
Yeah,
You make your
alright.
own fucking meaning.
Can I say I'm the one who started IDC back in fucking when we had flip phones?
Oh yeah.
I was everybody's doing I don't know IDK, and I put
Yeah.
IDC, and people were like, "What's that mean?" I'm like, "Bruh, I don't care." Like, what do you know? What's it?
You
I
didn't.
don't care.
It wasn't a thing in your brain. You actually put out the letters meaning IDC without any previous knowledge.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
Like
better than
to
the
my.
U- That's
This
better
was
than
on
the
my
Uber
fucking
before Uber.
Samsung or like at the LG flip phone where I'm fucking typing the letters out, pressing 3 times to get there.
Mm-hmm.
I remember
Yeah,
saying
I
it
love that.
to the person that I said it to, and they were like, What's that mean?" And then all of a sudden, everybody at school is starting to say it after I said it to one person.
We're letting it loose right now. Tony was the first person.
Yeah,
IDC.
fuck Soldier Boy.
Who the fuck is Soldier Boy?
He's the dude that does everything.
I know who
first,
Soldier
man.
Boy is. Fuck Soldier Boy. Nobody cares.
Well, he
Actually,
did it.
that
He
was
did it
one of the
first.
best songs that was played last night at the bar that got me moving. I was
'Cause there's
dancing
a
like you wouldn't. I
dance.
was Usher. I was the
Oh,
new
look at it
Usher
this
last
way.
night. I swear. Soldier Boy up in it.
Oh, watch me
crank
get that,
it,
watch me roll.
Why me
You
crank
crank
that
that
suit,
Soulja
man.
Boy.
That suit, man. That hoe. Now I'm a you.
Crank that
Yeah.
Soldier Boy.
No, that song was jamming last night.
Oh my gosh. That's like middle school vibes. I miss middle school and going to fucking dances. And all the girls were just grinding on the boys. And we didn't even know what the fuck we were doing.
No, and they had to keep us like their goal was to keep us apart.
Oh,
the
yeah.
teachers and everyone at all the school
Do you
dances.
remember that?
6 inches. Well,
Yeah.
good thing I'm 6.5.
Now it's 6 feet, man. Now it's 6 feet.
Oh Oh shit.
Just the tip.
But you can look at it like
those were good times. Middle school was fucked for me because those were my days.
Do you remember in
That
middle school?
sucks.
Because I dated all the girls, like the popular girls
So did
in
I.
middle school.
And
That
now
was my
they're
thing. And
now they're
no, high
nothing.
school, no, they wanted nothing to do
Just
with me because I
kidding.
didn't give a
There's
fuck about them.
something.
This is a breakup story. This is kind of funny, actually. There was this girl I was dating in middle school. She was like the most popular. She had boobs in middle school, which was like, that was
Start with
above
a
all.
D?
That was, no, starts with a B.
Oh.
And anyways, so there's one day at school where I wore, because I was a skater, so I had my audio t-shirt and my audio.
My man.
Or no, I think it might have been a Quicksilver t-shirt.
Probably had the DVSs on.
A white Quicksilver t-shirt, and then I had my gray audio hoodie because I was just a gangster, with like the Burton cap with like the little bill in it at the time. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I
yeah.
had
Yeah,
that.
the
That was
beanie
my
with the
style.
bill.
Yeah, that
Fuck,
was a
what
thing.
a tool bag.
But no, I was at school.
I do remember that.
I was at
actually.
school one day, and she was cold in the morning, so she wanted to wear my hoodie. But my style was so like that had to be on point, for my skater.
Did
or whatever,
you have
and how
your
I felt
high
like I
top
looked.
Osiris's
My
on?
t-shirt. No, I don't remember what I had for shoes. I wore
Heelys?
they were Etnies.
At knees. That's what
Oh,
I wore.
But they
Yeah.
were like
Or
the
DC.
Rodney Mullen ones, the
DC.
brown ones, the skater ones. That's
Yeah.
what I had back in the day.
Gangster.
But no, this girl wanted to wear my hoodie because she was cold in the morning. So I gave it to her, and I was in class, and my t-shirt had like holes in it, and I thought I looked ugly in my t-shirt. So I sent my friends to go get a hall pass and to go break up with her
No.
and then get my hoodie back just so I could wear my hoodie over my t-shirt. I swear to God, I was that heartless.
Bro, I got broken up with in school too. Oh wow. Here's a good story.
You got a story?
Okay,
All right.
so I'm dating
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
in sixth
Yeah.
grade.
Yeah, I
And
dated her too, by the way.
I was in this was in
Didn't everyone?
fifth grade to sixth grade. Fifth grade to
Alright.
sixth grade.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Hey, I want you to be my friend." Her friend is
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
were besties.
I was-
yeah.
so
way.
so
Alright.
I'm like,
Alright.
"What the fuck? No, like I like you." And then 3 weeks go by.
You say
well,
you
I
like the D or the C?
see.
All right.
Mhm.
All right.
Both sound sus. But anyway, so we're in the hallway. Introduce me to her, and I'm like, whatever, not thinking nothing of it. She basically just broke up with me, and then now 3 weeks later, I'm dating the other girl.
The D.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
she was my first makeout,
Oh.
and
Alright.
then she broke up with me in science class. She's in my class, passes a note around the room to me, and I'm fucking reading it, start crying.
I gotta follow. C gave you a note.
No,
D gave you a note while you were dating her.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
So-
I'm following. A
so
little fucking hungover.
so they passed me a note. She passed me a note in class, like her friend gave it to me or something, or she gave it to me, one of the two. I got tears coming down my eyes for the rest of the class,
poor
man. And I'm like,
Aw.
why would you do
Yeah.
this now? And you know what it was?
Mm.
She was trying to go be a hoe.
Oh shit.
Sorry.
And that's in 6th grade.
But she was out here trying to go make out with some other dudes because
Yeah.
I was nervous about making out with her, and I got in trouble for making out with her by my mom.
Oh,
Seriously?
Yeah,
Well-
my mom was. I don't know how my mom knew those things, but she knew things that she shouldn't
For
know.
real? Was that the T? Passing that around? Chill,
I don't
T.
even know.
Relax.
Probably because
Spying
we were
on
at an
them.
older person's house where it happened. Ooh, you're in trouble.
Y'all want to hear my fucking rooster crow?
No,
That's actually
that
really
was
good.
pretty
Yeah.
fucking good.
No, for real. I
What
don't
the
even have to
fuck?
try. Like, when you gotta like crack your voice to sound like a rooster? No, my voice is like that
He's just
right
on
now.
crack.
And that was really good, by the way.
That was
If
good.
any ringtone apps want to hit me up, Oh, ringtone apps. You remember that with the Nokia bar phones and shit
Bruh,
back in the day?
yo,
when you had the sound?
I'm in love with a stripper. Yo, bro, call me quick. I want to hear my ringback tone.
Yeah.
No, for real.
Ringback
What
tones.
happened to those? They're
Seriously.
not in anymore. They're
Yo,
not cool.
wait,
But why?
Toby,
I don't know.
Because
I
they're
don't
actually
know.
dope. Like,
They
I would
are
rather
dope.
listen to some
Only-
music than
only-
fucking ring.
only
Because our
doctor's
aunt still
offices
has
have
one,
them.
and it sounds
Our aunt,
weird
yeah,
whenever
she
it
does.
happens, but it's not.
She
it's
always had
fucking
'em.
cool. I want a gotta be good ringtone.
Yeah, it is gotta
Welcome
be
to the
good.
pod. Gotta be
Yeah.
good.
It is
Yeah,
gotta
where
be
we
good.
interview artists, entertainers, and more.
Fuck. Do you remember me in middle school, Tony?
Yeah,
You do, actually.
yeah.
What was
well-
your opinion of me in middle school? Honestly, if you could be 100% honest, I want to know what your opinion of me
That's
was.
a good
Yeah.
question.
That's a good question.
You were one of like the popular girls from how I saw it. You
For
hung out
real?
with
Really?
all the girls that I dated.
Because I.
See, that's the weird thing is that every popular girl there was, my name was stamped on it from like
Not
history. No, not yours.
I always think about that.
But like your best friends and stuff though.
Because do you remember when we used to wear fucking leggings with spandex to school?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Leggings
And
with
then-
spandex.
Because
And
we
then
wanted to be sluts, so
you
we
guys
wear
Is that not-
tripled up on the shirts and stuff,
Yeah,
layered your
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
shirts.
God, the style was
I
bad.
remember that.
I think I
wore a
remember
lot
a
of your
picture of you.
clothes.
with
that you did
those,
that.
with
You wore
those
my clothes?
fucking-
I wore a lot of your clothes, and I was always wearing my etnies,
What?
hanging out with the skater boys.
Yeah, you always seemed like a skater girl.
Yeah.
Because she had
Cool.
my clothes.
Smoking, she
I
was,
never knew this.
She was out here
Sneaky little
smoking
brat.
stogies with the boys, you know.
For real though, but I never saw myself as popular because, like, I feel like in our school, like, popular was the hockey people and like
Nah,
The
okay.
jocks.
The ones with
I
the
didn't
money.
know. They don't
that
even
gang,
fucking clarify as
gang.
popular in my book because I
Really?
was a hockey boy and they fucking all the skater people and stuff were the popular people
that's how I felt.
and all
Not-
the
yeah.
hockey people, sports people were like, fuck them.
Really,
Hmm.
I just never got
That's
along with like
How
the
our
So-
grade kind of saw it.
jocks in
Yeah,
middle school.
Same.
So I always felt like I was not popular.
Maybe that I'm the only one who
Well,
saw
more
it that
popular
way.
than a guy with etnies and shaking his ass down the fucking hallway.
I wouldn't say.
It wasn't etnies, man. I was wearing my fucking multicolored Osiris's, son.
Oh shit, with the tall tongs.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, I
bro.
didn't
God.
They had the fucking zipper pockets,
Dude,
so
I bet they were half
weed.
the size of your body. Those things are fucking huge.
Oh
They're
yeah,
ugly as shit every time.
I was
look at
I
them.
was fucking shorter than you in fucking middle school.
Really?
Until 9th grade, I
Wow.
started sprouting, but that's when I left Andover.
You didn't go to Andover?
I went there 2 tries.
Where'd you go after that?
Crossroads.
did?
Well, I did online for a
Such a
year and I didn't even
degenerate.
do anything, and then
Yeah.
I went to Crossroads.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was fire. Best
Wow.
school ever. Best time of my life. I loved it.
That didn't work.
I was so popular there.
Well,
For
you
real.
said you sold a lot of drugs, so
Yeah, I
that
did.
makes sense.
This is past tense.
This is past tense. Used to.
Might I prove it?
Prove it. I didn't say that. It's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Statute of limitations, man.
I listened to that in your other podcast. You've said that.
I don't give a frick.
What
Yeah.
statute of limitation or his drugs?
Him
Yeah,
saying-
I had a drug problem. I sold drugs, and that it is what it is.
What
and
did you
now
I don't
know.
even like drugs. I just do cocaine. That's something we made up this morning. Don't worry, I don't do drugs.
I literally can't do cocaine. I get sick off
gross.
of it. I've tried it like
it's
5
not,
times,
It's
and
not
every
fun.
time I've gotten super sick off.
We're in a world of Adderall. Why waste your fucking time with cocaine? It doesn't
Isn't it
make
like
sense.
the same thing?
It is, but Adderall lasts 10
clean.
times longer.
Cleaner.
And you know it's clean. It comes from a pharmacy.
Do you remember coming to my apartment in
Especially with-
Anoka
Oh,
with all my friends and we all snorted Adderall?
when?
And we all went out to the fucking river. When I lived in Anoka,
That was the
like
thing.
Was that when you were living
yeah.
with A?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
That was the thing back in the day. You're like, let's party all night.
Snorting Adderall is so
Adderall.
fucking
Yep.
dumb and pointless.
Yeah.
If you think about
Straight
the
to the brain.
logical explanation between how it expands in your body, why would you snort it?
I
Fucking
don't-
tastes like shit. It's
Yeah.
dumb
It
as hell.
does.
I
It
think
hurts.
snorting
there's
sucks in
Instant
general.
releases that literally just release into your body as soon as you take it. There's no,
Like
yeah.
just ingesting it.
There's no point in snorting. It goes to the same place.
Cause
It doesn't go
Because we're
sit in your
kids,
brain
bro. Party
follicles.
hardy.
yeah, you feel cool
I guess.
snorting shit. I don't
True.
know.
But no, I don't remember snorting that. What?
Do you think that if we would normalize things like this, it wouldn't be seen as cool
Yeah.
and people would stop doing them?
Well, I don't know. 'Cause
we
you
can't
think
fathom
about,
it.
Wait,
right?
think about marijuana coming legal. People are still doing it.
But it was illegal. If it were never illegal, I don't know. We can't fathom it. We
What about
can't.
alcohol?
You're
That's
right.
a
Alcohol's
fucking-
always been legal
No,
except for
that's good.
that
Because
one point.
like my kind of how I see it is a lot of the reasons why I did what I did, like not even drugs wise, just like doing things, is because people said I couldn't.
Really?
Be like, oh, you're not supposed to do that. Well, now I'm
Now I'm gonna
interested.
try. But
Yeah.
I got a genuine theory. Like recently, I'm here to question the world. I'm starting to learn my purpose, and I feel like we're on those same wavelengths. Where there are a lot of people out there who hear rules and they follow them.
Literally.
But that's not us. We're the opposite. We hear a rule, we're like, all right, what does the other side of it look like?
Yeah. You got to see both sides to every story.
You do.
Yeah.
Well, and you got to live it. You can't be told, you know?
Yeah.
Especially for people like us. You can't be told and just assume that. Like, how fucking small-minded do you have to be
you
to
need
think
to explain
what
and
you're
put me
told
through it.
is the way that it has to be? Like, no. To do what works for you, everybody's different. We all have different
But you also
fingerprints.
can't-
Like, what the
You can't
How-
get to the point where you're only doing things because someone said that you can't do it.
Why not?
Because what if it is actually something that like you shouldn't be doing? Like it's not.
Well, then
people,
you'll learn it the fucking hard way.
I guess.
And that's fine.
Well,
Maybe you're not supposed
That's
to,
where
but I'm still
common
going to
sense
question it.
comes in, and you're supposed to take your knowledge that you know about that and
Well, that
kind
is
of
true.
put two and two
Yeah,
together.
you're not
if it's
supposed
a bad
to-
thing for you, don't do it.
Hey,
but
don't
if it's
jump
not
off,
necessarily bad.
So then,
Why
if
not?
someone's telling you do this, are you more apt to say no?
It depends on the. I guess it does depend with logic and common sense. Because
Yeah,
they say don't
honestly,
jump off a 46-story
Not gonna
building.
lie.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no shit.
If you
Yeah.
told me to do something, I probably wouldn't do it just based on the fact that you're telling me to do
So
something.
you always want to do the opposite of what someone tells you.
If you were to ask me politely and describe to me why I need to do something,
Yeah.
then I'll probably do it. But
Okay.
if you say you need to do this now, I'm gonna be like, the fuck I do.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
So
you do it.
Is that
Yeah.
ego?
No, I think it's just me being a normal person and being able to decipher what's right from wrong, even though somebody else is.
And in
telling
a
me
moment
to
like
do
that,
something.
it seemed really fast, so you didn't get a second to even decipher the whole situation.
Like if
Yeah.
if I'm working at my job and somebody's like, "Hey, I need you to go do this over here," my first question is why. I need to know why, because if I don't need to be over there, I don't need to be over there.
yeah,
If you can handle it yourself, why are you asking me to come do it?
yeah.
It's more of like, I need to know what I'm doing before I say yes or no to it. I need a description and I need reasons why.
And
I
then
won't
you
just do
decipher whether
anything.
it's something you got to do or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, for me, I don't know if I necessarily need reasons why. I just have to experience it. I don't care if it's wrong. I don't care if it causes me trauma or trouble or whatever. Like, I just need to know,
I definitely
myself,
dissect
I
it,
guess.
no matter
I
the
mean,
situation.
there's a thought process there, obviously, right? I want
Oh,
to
question.
experience it.
got a weird question.
Okay.
Do you guys have a voice inside your head that you talk to when you're not talking to anybody else?
There's always that voice. There's no doubt about it.
Some people don't have that.
I'm trying to think.
Oh, I guess.
Like,
What do you
when-
mean? Say more.
so if I were to sit you down in a room, in a
Mhm.
chair, with a table, white walls,
All right,
what
hold
would
on,
you
folks.
think about?
Not you. Telling them, hold on, because we're going for a ride.
What would
Okay.
you think about
What would I think about if I was alone in a room?
with sitting down in a chair with a table and I just left you in there and closed the door?
I'm constantly thinking. And like, yeah, my thoughts definitely contradict each other. So is that kind of talking back to your thoughts? Because you're contradicting?
So some people would be like, my only thoughts are, I'm sitting down in a room with a table, a chair, and white walls.
No.
That's
not
I
all
would
they
never
think
see
about.
that.
That's
not a
not my
chance.
thought. Yeah.
I'm thinking how to get out of that room to go to Top Golf.
See,
But anyways,
my first thought would be, this chair probably hurts. What the fuck am I doing here? How long is it going to take? It's super fucking quiet. I'm nervous. Why the fuck did they sit me? Like, so much.
So I want to
Some people don't have that thought process.
I
They're
wanna
just
put-
there and they do.
put this voices in your head
can't
in more
imagine.
layman's terms. So the voices in your head, or the voice in your head you're talking about, is it something that is you, or is it something that is another entity that you feel has its own thoughts and speaks to you?
There's
Does that
a
make sense?
there's a theory on why some people don't have those thoughts, and that's the
What
fact
is-
that there's not enough souls to fill the bodies. So some people literally just are NPCs at the end of the day because they don't have their own thoughts. They're literally just a person doing
for
and
sure.
being.
Okay, but no, answer my question though. Is it a voice that you feel like, because we all have thoughts,
Oh,
right?
that was a question.
We run like
My bad.
how many thoughts per minute? 10,000 whatever thoughts per minute through our brain. Like, but we formulate those thoughts. And when you say like, do you guys have a voice like I have in my head? Your voice, does it formulate from you, or is it something that is external that comes in with its own words?
Okay.
I guess.
I have
you
a
saying?
voice in my head that is my voice,
Yeah.
and I have voices in my head that are voices that I've never heard before in
Can
my
you
life.
You don't
Decipher
have to
them?
formulate the thoughts
I
in your
can-
brain at all, though. Like, it just comes.
No, it's
Can you
it's just
decipher
there,
them?
and I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Well, okay, yeah, no, that's true. I get
Like,
that.
it's
I
not-
got
I
voices in
don't-
my head too
Wait,
that are like that.
wait,
That
do
I would
they-
not make up the words for.
Do they sound different?
I've heard voices that I recognize from people that are not here today.
Because
Which is it's not
Which is
normal,
very
but
random.
it exists.
It was a very random point too,
And that's a
I was
gift.
just like, wasn't
Tyler
even thinking
Perry.
about them or anything
think
like
that's his
that.
name.
I was just like, let's hear something. Like, just like, let's hear something. And it was like all recognizable voices in my head.
yeah.
And I was like, stop. And it stopped.
I feel like my voice inside my head is monotone. I
Mine
don't
is
hear
me.
different voices or myself. It's just thoughts, and I don't think that there's like a volume to it.
I can put
that make
faces to it. I can
Really?
describe. It's hot. Like the one where I showed you that I had a voice in my head that was like, check on Victor, check on Victor, check on Victor, repeating.
Yeah.
That was like a high pitch red voice. Like I saw a
That was
color
in a
to it.
dream.
Yeah,
Sorry.
in a dream.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a red, high pitch, low tone, like there's a high, and it was a voice I've never heard before.
Yeah.
And I had a dream about having a dream about hearing a voice, and that voice said, "Check on Victor, check on Victor, check on Victor." So the next day I check on Victor, and the conversation went like this: "Sup, how you doing?" "Honestly, not that great," he said. And I was like, what's going on or something, like, and he's like, "I just had the worst night of my life." And I was like, this is really weird, but yesterday I had a voice in my head saying, check on Victor, check on Victor, check on Victor, blah 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 blah. And I was like, no, and I'm just going crazy, I'm not going to check on Victor. And then today, for some reason, I was like, I felt like I need to, so I did. And he's like, he's like, what the fuck, I don't even know what to say right now. Like, I'm glad you checked on me because I definitely needed it.
Mhm.
And like, that's all I needed. And I was just like, wow, what the fuck?
Do you think that other people have those voices, but they just don't follow
Realize
them?
it?
Yeah,
Understand
realize
them?
it?
Yeah,
Or they're
maybe.
fucking scared shitless of them.
Yeah.
Maybe
Seriously. I know I was for a very long time. I get it.
you
It's
feel
scary.
crazy. Dude, I feel like my body is not my own body anymore because of
No, it is.
how much shit's going down in
It
my head.
is.
I'm like, there's been times where my body's uncontrollable, and it almost feels like here's me,
Is it your
I'm a little
body or
pea.
is it your mind?
my mind,
Okay,
basically.
yeah.
But I'm a little pea right here. This is me.
Yeah.
My brain is the rest of it. This piece of me right here becomes detached from working my body,
Mm-hmm.
and something else takes over. And this sounds weird. A couple days ago, I was in the shower, and something entered my body, my mind, whatever. and I froze. And I was just standing there like listening to what they were saying.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, my body was moving, like fucking like moving, like weird. And they're saying, this does not feel right. This does not feel good. Like, what is wrong with this? And I was like, what the fuck are you, like, in my head, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what is going on? And they're just like, relax. I was just like, and I took this fucking deep breath, like right back into like feeling myself again.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what the fuck? Just like I start crying
Like a transcending
and
moment.
stuff. Like,
Yeah.
and that voice is gone. But like when that was happening, I could work out without pain. And like my body like felt like my posture was normal for like that day.
Yeah.
And now for some reason my knee is fucking killing me.
You
Feels
need a cold
broken,
bath.
dude.
Mm-hmm.
Do the leg press?
No, I didn't do shit. I was just doing push-ups and pull-ups, and like things were going good, and then all of a sudden,
Or there's
like,
a
my
storm
knees
coming.
hurting, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Storm
that's true.
coming.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I've been having some weird experiences like that.
No, it's different.
Call me
And
fucking
it's-
crazy
you're
because I,
not-
I
you're not- no.
understand.
We dealt with that, and fuck, I don't know the order of the pods that's dropping, but like talking to Noah and everything, and even my pod and what we went through, I didn't touch on it, you know, everything that happened in Nashville on my pod, but there is crazy shit in the world, and it's not to be denied. Like, you're not a fucking lunatic. You don't deserve to be in a psych ward. Like, there are things, and I think there are certain people. I don't know if it's necessarily certain people that are meant to be connected to this kind of energy and this spirit and things that are happening, but or like maybe people can get to this point.
I
you
think
know?
that
Like,
Yeah.
the right
everyone has
question, but-
access to it. I just think so many people fight it and they don't want to admit to it. Like, I
But-
don't think you are going to be alone telling people that. Like, I just think no one has the balls to really say that they have similar experiences.
But that's the
It's
thing,
scary,
though.
bro.
It
Is that the
scary.
truth? Or because we live in our land where all of this happens, we want to believe that other people experience the same stuff. When I don't know if they do. I genuinely don't. And hey, leave that in a comment right now. Tell me right now in a comment if you've experienced anything supernatural or in your mind or anything that just scared the shit out of you or something that was bigger. Let us know, because I'm actually genuinely curious. And now I'm realizing I'm finally on a platform to actually get these answers, and it's important to me because that's a really good question.
Well, side note, it brings me back to what Tony was saying about how some people will sit in a room alone and think what you said you would think, and some people will sit in that room and think, I'm just sitting here in a room.
I'm doing what I'm supposed
So,
to do.
Yeah. So it's not,
Be right back. You guys keep going.
no, because I got to go to the bathroom.
But I guess at the end of it, alcohol is a bad thing, but alcohol stops every voice in my head except my own.
You think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
It depends on how I react to it.
Yeah.
I definitely have my bad times where alcohol becomes too much. And it's like an everyday thing. And then sometimes I'm like, I don't want to drink alcohol at all.
I hate alcohol because of like the repercussions of it, but I can say that when I can have a steady like buzz, a lot of my anxiety does go away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to be, if you can control it, it's something. But if you drink it and you lose control, then it can become a problem.
Yeah. I don't know. And I've like drank a lot, and people say that like I'll be blackout drunk and everyone's like, you didn't even act drunk. Because I feel like I'm physically aware of what I'm doing in the moment because I don't want to get drunk and like not have control of my actions. But like people will be like, yeah, you didn't act drunk. And I'll be like, I blacked out all night. So I don't know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. Like,
Did you see the recap video that I posted?
from the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
You see that interview at the end?
Fuck, I don't think I did.
It was like a little interview right at the end. It was like 20 seconds of the recap of the show.
Yeah.
As soon as that phone got put away, no idea what happened. I was literally like on the edge of blacking out in that video, and I
Really?
did. And like skipping through time as the night went on, just like slowly remembering bits and pieces of it. So And Hoodie even said before we got there, he was like a little nervous about how I was acting. And then as soon as we got to the show, I like flipped a switch and just became a normal person and
Yeah.
got done everything that I needed to get done.
Hmm.
I was like, bruh, I felt normal the whole time.
Really?
I didn't know I was blacked out until the next day.
And he said you were kind of acting a little bit.
Before we got there, he's just like
Okay.
thought I was too drunk.
Yeah.
Like just like wasn't going to be able to get my shit done because I was just very tired, being a little loopy, whatever, but drinking. And then once I got to the show, things like flipped a switch and I was just on point.
Yeah.
Except like I wasn't on point because I watched some of those interviews and I was saying some shit that I didn't even know. Like I wish I did them differently, but it is what it is.
No, you'll learn from it.
But we're at 2 hours.
Wait,
2
fuck.
hours.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Okay, so here's the deal: is we definitely could go on
Oh yeah.
for like ever. So I think this segment is locked.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be a thing, and we're gonna keep going. This is episode 1.
It feels
right?
like we didn't even fucking touch.
No,
I know.
it doesn't.
We
Like
had
we're
so
just chilling.
much.
We touched on a little bit, but that's the cool part, though, is that's what gives us more
Yeah.
and where we can go with this. And I think it's a good segment, and I appreciate all of you watching. And genuinely, I want to see in the comments how much you appreciate this comment, or whether you do or don't, or this content is what I'm saying. So please comment. Let us know what you're thinking. Tony, you got anything to add?
All right, everybody. Please fucking like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. If you have a comment, leave it in the fucking comments and not a text message, please. I don't need a text message about how I'm doing.
Tony gets enough text messages.
Hey, but the love ain't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a busy
We
man.
appreciate your love.
This
for
is
sure.
all new for me. I was a loner for a while, and now my phone won't stop blowing up. So just give me some fucking time, please, to get better and be good.
Gotta be good.
Gotta be
So, yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys for being here. It's all a fucking journey. We're just starting. I don't know what I'm doing except what I'm doing. So,
Yeah.
thank you.
good. Yep.
Awesome.
Coming at you from Maple Grove, Minnesota, baby.
Yeah,
We got
yeah.
222 Tony. We got Travie Daddy and our special guest, who might not be a guest in the future.
Courtney.
Okay, I
Courtney.
was like, what's my
Yeah.
name?
We might dial that one in later. That one might stick.
I
don't
didn't
know.
think of
We'll
nothing
see.
yet.
Yeah, but
We'll
hey,
figure it out.
keep it real. It's got to be good and be good. We love you.
All right.
Woo!
Love you guys. I'm gonna piss my pants. Holy fuck.
What a fucking pod. Give me a hug.